Stop the ball your girl. Shut up your mouth and go sit down. You're ugly like your papa. Your head toughy. Lord, I can't wait to put some cream in this. What a little girl black. Shut up and go sit down. Sounds familiar? This is where they spoke to you too when you were growing up? Yeah, me too. A lot of us grew up in a household where affection was rare and you're suspicious of it. I'm still kind of suspicious of people who are too affectionate towards me. I wonder if that has something to do with my childhood. Maybe you too. Let's talk about it 8:30 tonight when we get into Let's Talk. Before I lose my mind, my special guest tonight is none other than the very outspoken, talented, uber controversial Tonya Stephens. And we might have another special guest, but I'm not going to tell you who. If you come, you'll see. 8:30, IGTV. See you there. IG Live. One of those things, sorry. Some of those things have a negative effect on us, even now, even still. Like, you know, hi, good night. Thank you, guys. And we didn't deal with the hurt and pain and the trauma and all the other things that came with what we went through, and so we became adults who right now just can't even deal with the challenges that we have to go through now because we're still scarred from our childhoods. So we want to talk about some of those things, and we want to look at some of the habits that we take into our children now. Like, what are the things that you are doing to your children now that was done to you, that was harmful to you, and you don't see that you're harming your children because that is just the cycle and you don't even notice that you're doing it. What is your relationship like with your child? Do you have a relationship with your child, or is it one of them you only talk to them when they do something wrong and you need to reprimand them kind of vibe? Of course, you know, I invited my friend Tonya Stephens to join me. I see she just joined the chat. Tonya, send the request so I can put you on live. You know the technology work. And you know, we just want to talk about some of those things. Like, personally, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was saying that, you know, my mindset, I never even realized how much my mindset, how much the way I think is shaped by the way I was brought up. And I give you an example. I'm very, very suspicious of people who are just fawning, and you know, they come to me with all of this love one time, and I'm very suspicious of that. And it's strange. Why would I be suspicious of somebody trying to love me? But I am. I find it suspicious. I don't trust it. I'm like, how are them up to? You know what I mean? Like, who you? I'm very suspicious of it, and it takes me a while to warm up to that. It takes me a while to embrace that and to allow you to come all over me. So I wonder how much of that is childhood trauma. Good night, Miss Tonya.
Good night, Dr. Shelly-Ann.
How you do?
I'm very good. But I sit down and listen to you and I relate to every single word.
No, but don't it? It's like somebody just coming to you and them and it's not them, it's really you, because it's like, you know what they want, what them up to, like, you just don't trust it. And I'm saying, how much of that is because of how we were raised?
Like, all it.
Really?
I think all it. You don't know where it could have come from. Me not come up with that by myself. Me not just get up and go to the road fool, so.
No, it's full for true. Yeah. It's full for true. Yeah, go on now. Go on now.
Oh, me didn't say that. Me say you.
Two chatty people, man, that. I'm saying, all right, so I always watch TV. All right, let me tell you another thing I'm very suspicious of. I always watch TV and I see these movies. And you know, the movie with the family that live in a nice house. And they say, okay, it's bedtime. it's bedtime, everybody, bedtime. And he go up in the bed and them lie down like so, and them tuck them in, and them sit down and read them a story. And they go, oh, and they go, I love you, and then sleep
Don't knock
nice.
it too hard, because no knock it too hard because me see that on TV and me think say that was the model for follow. So me follow it, me read story like Dickens. Yeah. When the pit them come around me, me read story, me talk them in and me read, and they mostly talk inside of me. Because me met them friend of school tomorrow morning, me met them stay up and watch cartoons together. Me watch Mount oh my, shushi bye. Me watch and read story. Me do it. But me never get it when me little.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I used to watch it and wonder where that happened. Because it never happened in my life. And my friend them don't get that either.
You know, me can't relate to like when people defend Cosby and say, him did model family for we. He model none for me. Me look upon them like, who them?
I never related to them at all.
Listen, me see him pick them talk back to him and me I look around upon Kathleen like, if me ever try that, me have not even one tooth left. Not even one tooth. Me done so courage years of my life.
That is a fact. I never related to any of the Cosby kids.
None of it.
And you know which one of the Cosby put them, like, me say if them did live in my house as a child, smiled a child, she murdered Vanessa. Cause like when Vanessa I give Felicia Rashad argument and Felicia do the thing and she take a deep breath. My granny, you must be outside. They don't even talk. Mama say anything, you just shut up.
Hey, me could hear the missile come round corner when my mother seal sitting all boot. When he see the boot, I hear boot come.
All right, good. Now we get to the use of weapons, cause our weapons meet all them. Now my granny didn't have a wooden spoon, cause she couldn't run it down. You know that was the advantage. As you could pick, you're faster than them. They can't run it down. So she used to have a wooden spoon. So when she used to do that, she don't run it down because she knows that you have to come back in the house. And some of the times what she do is that she just save up all of the offenses and just catch you off guard.
One beating.
One beating. You ever get a wet skin beating yet?
Merciful Father. Repent.
No, man.
Give your life to Christ right away.
Yeah, come out of the shower, think say everything's fine, and one just reach and you do the dance. You know the dance?
Yeah, man.
The dance?
Yeah, man. Disco. I mean, when you hear me now, I can't cough.
Me think something happened to you on a deeper level than just the pain from the beating when that happened.
Yeah, I agree. And even though for a while when me grew up, I take back some of that. It take me a while before me come out of it. But me actually identify what I do to me. So, later on when me start to examine my life more closely in the way of me mirror the adults when me did grow up with. I feel shame for know say me did so angry and aggressive with the people them. Me did feel shame because what they used to do to me, me never like it. And me could see which part it do damage to me. Me nervous. All right, me got through one phase where I used to live with my big sister. My big sister stern. She had the most loving and the most stern person, like simultaneously. So when you hug you, you're well embraced and you feel like you belong and the world all right. But when she seals something, or she conk you, or she drape you up, you feel like the world the floor just open up and I swallow you, you know belong. So the duality there.
Yeah.
Me go through one phase where should I tell me to go pick up something, and I go to pick it up, and I stand up right in front of her, I can't see it, and I feel like I piss up myself. The way I'm anxious, I have so much anxiety because I know say if it dead and she come and see it, she go slap me.
Yeah.
And her anger and the physical slap, I don't like say it'll kill me. But the disapproval, because me want please her. I'm a favorite. I take her like I'm a mother that I want please her. I don't want her to vex. Because me and her play Miss Pac-Man together. Me and her sit down and play Atari together. And she make the nice food. And she the one who carry me go hotel on the weekend and say, you need to know how to go out and conduct yourself around people. So we go to the Sunday show or go watch Lord Laura over America in a hotel. She make me dress up. She buy me one soda when I have no more money, but sip the soda the whole night. So she had a nice one.
Yeah.
So when me do something with anger, it really rip me apart. Like me feel like me mess up big time and then me nervous.
Yeah.
So me can identify the damage that did happen right then because me used to sit down and dissect it as a little bit. You know, me know and me come back and do the same thing for a while. But when me recognize that me I do it, me stop do it still and me apologize. So my pick
Yeah.
them they not forgive me still, so they still bring you back every day until they may have to customer around them. But that after life gone, no them not to do it. Because they know
No,
them.
but that speaks to the relationship that you have with them now. Because the fact that they can bring it up with you now is an indication that them understand that you're not in the same place anymore. But I had the opposite reaction to you. You didn't want it to disappoint your child, your sister. I remember the day that I stopped caring what my father thought about me. Like it switched off in my head. I was 13. I remember the day, and he. I think I gave him a gift. I did a picture frame or so. I gave him a gift, and he took it. He opened it, and he looked on it, and he kissed him teeth and fling it down. I said, "We must do with that."
Oh my God!
And I can't put in words right now what I felt. I just know that in that moment, everything changed. Because I was trying to impress him. I wanted him to look at it and say,
approval,
yeah. I went from that to I do not care what this man thinks, say. And from that day on, I had one goal in my mind, and that is to get out of his house as soon as it's legally possible.
Oh God.
I remember one time I said to him, I must be 14 and something, because I missed a long time and into something and whatever. And I said, don't worry, 4 years and 13 days or something like so, come here, count down, you know.
Yellow countdown clock.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I
4 years
remember the
and
day.
13 days and 5 hours and 25 minutes.
Yeah, man. And then from that, it was like, me know say him gonna beat me. And I used to look at situations and say, well, is this worth a beating? And if me think it's worth a beating, me do it. Now, all my friends, them are gonna go and them are gonna say, all right, them are gonna go to level 2 fun. Me say, me I go all the way, me I max out the fun, because me I go to a beat.
Hang
So,
fair, you may as well be hang fair sheep as a lamb.
there you go. There you go.
And that means,
Yeah, man.
well, you know, my sister different. Me and my sister different. Me never want to disappoint my sister, but with my mother, it was another thing. Made it accept say my mother that she do. She beat. His mother never really have conversation. No, she had one when I couldn't hug. My sister hugged me to pieces. Mother no hug at all. When me little bit one time I hug her and she chucked me off her, so I don't really make but the mistake till me a grown up adult and I make my own money and them something there. And when my sister they like let me tell you now, we have a problem. We have a cultural problem in Jamaica, and I'm assuming probably the entire Caribbean.
Yeah, probably.
We can't speak certain truths because speaking them is seen as disrespecting the elders or violating, which is wrong. It is very wrong. Like in order for us to put our past in perspective and to put certain actions in perspective and to learn from them and to grow, we have to speak about them.
We have to say the truth.
It's not Voldemort. It's not he who shall not be named. This is trauma. We need to talk about it. So no, I don't carry any feelings for my mother for that. I did for a while. I grow it out and realize how ridiculous that was, and I feel fool and I apologize. So yeah, there's the fact that I didn't get a hug from her. I never get no validation from her at all. And I grew up in a single parent house. So a mother alone. My father dead from me at one. So me I look for the mother something there. And come. It just never come. My mother say things like, look for my reports, me get an A in English and say things like, oh, okay, if you couldn't feel that, nobody in my family don't feel that. Like, I don't know nobody in your family passes, you know, lady. This was
Are
me.
you pass it?
Me, personally, me, my bright. My
Yeah.
bright teacher use me as example and make me explain things to the class, acknowledge me in this house, and she didn't. And the last beat, when me get remind me of what you said about your father, because I never really get it still. Last time I'm in a third farm, I said, Mary, I live a rich man. I live right in front of the bus stop up our road, up the street. And teen jam there, Mary's eye. And she said, me free home 6 o'clock. Now, you know, say teen jam now start till after 6 o'clock. teen jam start at 1 Friday. All of my friends, them a go. Even my friend who for mother and my mother are friend, and we're strict to, I make she go. She can then maybe and somebody that come pick her up about 7 o'clock. So she get at least an hour with a teen jam. My mother said me for reach home, a rich man, 2 miles away by 6.
Before it even starts.
So when the music starts string up and them a test the sound for the song them when nobody know want dance to, that I did my teen jam. I catch a little piece, and then when it just about to go warm up now, me cut and say, no, me have to go look right. This is after 4. Me gonna go look ride. Me stand up at the bus stop, me couldn't get no ride. Me did it. By the time I reach home, 6 o'clock, I reach home at 6:30. Do you know that right in front of Richmond Secondary School picnic, then we stand up at bus stop and wait for bus to go I get. My mother take out a belt on the veranda in front of them for beat me. These are my peers.
Yeah.
I mean, I come down in a Mirza uniform with all of my pride and everything, and she want, and me I say, she not even wait till me go inside. If she go inside, me da take a lick. I swear, if me go inside, and she draw the belt, me da take a lick. Me have respect. But on the veranda in front of, I wool it up, and me I tell her one cute boy, don't always brush your hair like Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Side brush back. Yes, so buff up. Wool up things are going in her head. Him nose look like somebody they broke it. Him just look like, you know, like a bad boy from the movie. Like a Rambo. And he stand up right out. And me and him, I make 4 me look down there. I just draw one buckle. I'm say, if you lick me, I lick your back. Me not take no lick. And see she look for me like her spirit look crushed. Because me really never used to, me never rude to her, you know. And that was it. She never take up a belt after me again. And honestly, me did want to tell her, say, you can beat me now when we inside now, but you know.
Yeah, he gone far. No, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And for me, I noticed, like I don't remember how old I was, but at one point I asked my father, I said to him, I said, you think I'm pretty? I don't know why I asked him that question. And I watched him struggle to answer the question. And he said me pretty, so I want to walk to him. It's not like
man blind.
He confirms semi pretty, can me no semi pretty. We just want to know if he thinks semi pretty too. But he struggled. And we look like him, you know. Just
sure, I did. We can't, but
we look like the man.
So in the think he look good.
So
problem deep.
Like him couldn't make the words come out time. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna walk out, I'm gonna just let him. He never said, you know, embarrass himself any further. And it was I couldn't understand it. I never understood it. And when I was about in my early 20s, I mean, yes, I talk to you nice and jovial and all of that, you know. You catch me 40 now, catch me about 15, 17 years ago and ask me about this thing, you know, and by this time I'm blubbering that kind of way, like, you know, I was torn up about it, you know. And I don't remember how old I was. I was in my 20s, like somewhere maybe between 23 and 25, and I was attempting to have a relationship with him, and that was my way of dealing with it and trying to move on from it, is to say, all right, so that happened in my childhood, me a big woman now, so make me see if we can have an adult relationship. So, you know, he and I was talking and all of that at a point, and then I was on the phone with him, and I don't know how it came up, but I said to him, I said, why do you treat me so bad and you treat your sons so good? Because my father does not have a problem with affection. He knows how to show affection. He doesn't show affection to me. He's very affectionate to them sons. Him sit down and him talk to them and him watch games with them and him play with them and him and them have fun and all of that. He and I we never shared that kind of cordial relationship. And I asked him why.
Same mother? You and your
No.
brothers have same mother?
No.
Oh.
Me are the only outside people. And
Ah.
me ask him why. And his words to me was, because you were born a girl and girls are stupid.
Who will lie itself and go, man? Man never said that. The man not said that. You're too lie, man. But I was strong as so I make you tell lie upon the man. And he know there to defend himself and say, he needs that. He look in the eye and say that.
No, I phone in Japan.
He tell you that on the phone to your own ears, to your female to your ears.
He more to my ears. King chauvinist.
Jesus.
King chauvinist.
So at what age he said that? Guy sound like him about 5. Girls are stupid. Why am I telling next? You have foodie? Girls are stupid. Big man like that? Every time a big man says something so silly, in member should have just weed up and drop off.
I concur. Or at least not work for about a month or so. I concur.
And the third time he said, no, if he definitely drop off, he go.
No, but for real, no. And he always have like, I remember one day him say, when me get this, what me so feminist in my talk. At the time when him say it, me never know what feminist mean, but me never make him know. Me can't go look it up after work. I never hear the word before.
I know, girls.
And him said, me sound so feminist. I wonder, why do I sound so feminist? Where we get this feminist thought from, this feminist idea from? And his thing is, and him always say, his is the only brain that matters. And there was another, he had his wife lived in the same house. His is the only brain that matters. Him is the only smart one here. Him is the only one with the sense.
Yeah, because the rest of we have dollars.
So
like him. Sorry.
I just always, I never understood where he got that from. And when I think it's me and Michael Abrams did that talk, and him asked me if I know what his childhood was like, and I don't. And I'm curious to know how much of what he was taught is coming out in who he is now.
Yeah.
Because Mike asked me that question, it really sparked. It made me start to think now. I wonder, what is his story really? Because he's a man where he's very charming and charismatic and funny and all of that. But you see, when one boy get vexed,
when he come down back and, you know, when he come down back and I give joke, me not laughing nothing. My sense of humor partial, you know.
No, man,
people can't get a laugh out of me, you know. But guess what though? Hear me think unfair. Unfair even though it's realistic. The fact that the people will sometimes hurt we and scar with your life. I'm not saying your father did. I mean, our parents sometimes do that. Even inadvertently. Scar us for life. And then we are in turn instructed to understand them.
Yes.
To forgive them, to understand why they did it. I think this is an unfair practice.
I completely agree with you.
That this person wronged me. Because for the early part of my young adulthood, I used to try to extract some kind of apology out of my mother. I realized, after a while, I just stop and realize it and make it really, really uncomfortable. Because she not do it.
Yeah.
She nah do it. And me couldn't understand why she not do it. Like, me hear you call them something wrong when other people do it.
No, but why would she do it? Look how you turned out. You became a success. Whatever she did worked. And the same thing is how he said.
Yes, it did. It did. It worked because not necessarily she didn't instruct me into becoming this person I am, but it's her actions and inactions which played a big part in my decision making. When I say, all right, for example, she has 7 kids, we all have different fathers. I decided I don't want that. I have 1 kid. You know, stuff like that. I fear. Yeah. Still, she informed them decision, you know. So me can be biggest kettle bomb in the world, but just understand that children not come out of that. You know? And she informed that. You know, me did want to achieve things where she never did. This is not to put her down, really. I wanted to build onto what she did because she gave me some very good tools. She gave me some very good tools. Like you see, oh, everybody always praise me up and say me so strong and feminist and this and that and that. That's from she. So me give her all the credit because me watch her tell a man, say if he step because in disrespect my big sister. And him threaten to box my big sister and she back I speak and say, come out before me pull you. And I'm comfortable with that. Because me see her, I defend we.
Yeah.
That way. So as she did she did give me some things, but at the same time she also put some things in the way. Me have to go to therapy for them after.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's rough if somebody would just walk up to me and say, you need to learn to forgive and you need to put this behind you. People love instruct people to forgive too, you see. Forgiveness is
yes. And that is something that I have an issue with too, because I talk a lot about my relationship with my father because I spent most of my childhood with him. But my mother, she dropped the ball too. My mother had 4 children and she barely raised any of us. And you know, back in them days where you have your baby and just carry go give your mother or your grandmother for race. And some your older auntie or somebody, and that's what happened with us. So I grew up with my great grandmother first, and then after I left my great grandmother for past common entrance, I'm gonna live with my father. That was about 9, 10 thereabouts. I'm gonna live with my father until I became an adult. My older sister, same thing. She grew up with my great grandmother, but she spent most of her life with her great grandmother. But she had a very challenging childhood too. My brother went to live with his aunt, and my baby sister, my older sister, basically raised my baby sister. So my mother never actually was mothering any of us. But we know who she is, and we have a relationship with her. And even in the latter part of her life, I think I was closest to my mother maybe the last 6 months of her life. And it was so strange because I don't know if maybe she knew that she was sick. I'm convinced that she knew that she was sick because she was being very secretive with a lot of things and she wasn't being clear about what she said. She got to the doctor, but didn't know what when she got to the doctor. So I think maybe because of that part of it, she was really trying to be close, and she hugged me and it felt weird because my mother don't hug me. I mean, I work with the hug because by this time I'm an adult and I know how to hug people, but I don't remember being held enough as a child, and even now I love to be held. One of my favorite things, me got my partner yard, me up in his skin, so and him not say nothing but him and I because my child watch football.
It's a little bit functional ass. Jaja. Oh, that. Well, and it's a Shandy. Hold on, sorry, the man negotiate one drinks.
Yeah, man, Mr. Waki.
May have drinks and you can't be the hide and drink and you can't drink.
You have a bar in the house. Them look like them professionally made.
Brother, you know some running. I hide from him and drink it up because supposedly me not drink. So me I hide and drink. And the people come with what Shandy come me that drink whiskey. I drink Shandy too. Children, do not do as I do.
Oh, all right. Yes. No, man, but for real though, so it's like I learned affection from my friends. Like, you know, when you come back from summer holiday, you go back to school and everybody say, hug you,
yeah.
oh my God,
the long run. Ooh, the run and the hug and the... Nice.
My friends, I learned affection through my friends. I never learned it at home. It wasn't at home. I didn't get hugged. The first time somebody say I love you to me and was talking to me is my friends them do that.
Yeah.
So it is so interesting because culturally we are very passionate and we're expressive and we know how to dip up on that girl and tell our words and we're very descriptive and what you see when it comes to the softer emotions, we don't know what to do with it. It makes us uncomfortable. We see people vex because them see two persons embrace I remember a friend of mine was telling me about she got church and something about the church will offend her, and she was so annoyed. And when we never really pay attention to the story until me hear she say if them couldn't get a room because they don't know say a church them there. I say, what you talking about? Like she said, must be one couple in the church and then did that canoodle too much in the church and how it disrespectful. I said, disrespectful.
Remember the fear man tired already now, I don't want to go no near. I'm going to make you touch him.
Because she said they're in church. Them cannot do that, the hug up on them, something in church. I mean,
Church,
so what if them hug up in
she not
church?
get no hug. She not get no hug, child. None. Not get no hug. Whereas when he knows them and I give him and hug some other people, come on. After I don't want to see nobody hug neither, girl. You work with your bad man, yeah, girl.
Where's the bad man?
Then I was bad man. Then you can see a couple of hug and you vex. In a lad's house where they shot and teach love. And there are a living example of exactly what is being taught up there, you vex. Come on.
No, it's that's what I'm saying. And I'm saying, when we see those things, we become offended. And it damn to do it with the people over there somewhat just because they can't see them. You're like, you over here so uncomfortable in yourself and you want them to stop what they are doing because you are having a problem. And
but think how that person's venomous speech affect the children near them. Remember, you know, they might give one review. They might give one critique of the hugging. And make it them know say that is taboo. It's a no-no.
Yeah.
So you tell a little boy and a little girl right there so then and there say hugging up is against the law. You know one song one time, hugging up is against the law. We don't dance like that anymore. Well, the woman never dance like that for she born.
She never danced like that yet.
Them know say this is criminal. We emotions, especially if a man show them. Or men.
Yeah.
It's taboo, and this is what we teach kids. We teach little girls say a little boy where emotional is weak, and we teach a little boy say if him emotional, him weak, and then we expect when
if he displays any characteristics that can be associated with being like a girl.
No. The thing is, then I know, you know, we associate it with being a girl, but really and truly, is him being human.
Yeah.
So we demand inhuman or inhumane behavior from boys. And then, let me tell you the hypocrisy of us women now. Because we want a little boy, we're tough, don't ball, drop a ground and just get up back like rubber, bounce. And then we want some big man, we're in tune with full emotion. Yeah. How the hell am I going to ever reach this so when you never allow him to feel nothing? Him numb from the young, you know, you're killing nerve endings them from him, nano synapses are fire no way in his brain. And then when he turn big man, now you want him connected that. How him do that? He none of that. You rub out a line that's them from him little.
Well, I see Miss hi Dr. Ratri, I see Renee making some comments here. When you become a parent though, it makes you see your parents more clearly. That's a perspective. But I think that is why it's so important to have relationships with your children. Because if you are just this one-dimensional person, because that is how it felt as a child. I mean, as a grown-up now, my eyes, I can see wider now, but when you're in a child space, and it feels like your encounter with this person all the time makes you anxious, puts you in a state of discomfort, then that is going to be your reality. And maybe that's not their intent. They're trying to mold you and correct you and discipline you and, you know, all of the things that they're trying to do to you. But the result is now you become this insecure person who is completely unsure of all of your thoughts and your movements because you're constantly disappointing this person who, as far as you know, supposed to love you anyway. Like I hear people just say, but I know my parents love me. I can never make that statement. I don't know that. What evidence?
Me neither. But you see the way how me process love, which me know we talk about how about childhood trauma, but most of us adults carry some of that, and the way I would suggest to us to deal with it, instead of looking for a resolution from our parents. Some of our parents them gone, me are orphan, and some of them were still there, will never give you any kind of closure from that. So just get over that. And I don't like tell people to get over them pain, but really, I'm not saying get over the pain, get over wanting closure from them.
Wanting any resolution.
And when you have your own children, me tell you something about having your own picnic. We tend to think of ourselves, when we think of ourselves needing a hug, we think somebody has to give us a hug. But the reality of a hug is that when you give a hug, you also get a hug. So if you need a hug, just give a hug.
Give a hug.
This is how I deal with it. I did want some hugs when we did a picnic and miss mother the hell out of my child and my nieces and my nephews. Me hug them till they start push me off from them and run me. Everything I never got that I wanted, me try. And I don't mean material things. I mean all of the emotions. Me didn't want to hear somebody tell me, say, I love you, and you're pretty, and you're smart. You're so talented. Listen, the first time I picked the sit and give me for them, I feel like me don't pies, but you want to say that, baby, this is so good. You know, me never know you can cook. I feel like my skin had turned green. But that reassurance, that support, that push, she want gourmet chef now. I mean, not professionally, but I mean, by my palate, oh, she can cook. But if that first moment she did come with it, I made it bullard, I don't know where should have gone from there. So I just feel support and whatever you wanted. I didn't want my mother to tell me something smart. I didn't know something smart. I just want to hear she say it, acknowledge it. I want to hear it in the house. I want to hear it in my house. I hear it in my class at school, you know. Teacher tell me, you know. But I want to hear my people tell me. I never heard it. One time when me a big woman and I meet one sister-in-law, she tell me, say, my brother what she did with, tell her, I said, me used to smart. You know, me not lie still. Hey, universe, thank the universe for giving me one of the most twisted sense of humor in the planet. Because,
hey, you remember when he ran out?
You look like he expired. Me never did go top of the meter. And it's smart. Cut. And left me to stand up over here. So,
you never recorded one song before she met you? Because she could have
no. That time I didn't record no song. I didn't record no song.
If you're not smart, you pretend to be very well.
That's what I'm saying my mouth. But you tell them something, you know. Just hear the reassurance that you want from parents. What parents don't realize. You see these silences where they give we go fill in the blanks. And we go out the road, other people fill in the blanks with some very toxic things. Because I know every parent simply traumatized, you know. Some of them just left the space for others do it.
Yeah. Somebody feel it.
Them do the trauma. Or then just give it not at all and left where we go to the road and people give away the trauma. They create these spaces for all of that to happen. And me just I want to tell every adult on in life whether you have kids already or you don't have them yet, your lyrics big up yourself, my brother. Tell your picnic that they're smart.
Yeah.
Kids believe you.
Yeah.
If you tell them, say, oh, friends, say, look a broke kitchen, you're not going to amount to nothing yet. That's what he's going to be. Because you walk list like you come like you walk list papa. Now, my thing is, listen to me, child. I never see nothing I hate so. Me pick your what list papa. What does that make me? I am the picker of what list papas. I don't get to judge you. You're innocent. You're the product of my bad judgment. Yeah. So me not get to judge you none at all. What me need for do now is make sure so me make this what list papa into a good papa. Even if him not come physically, me have to go make him look like a good papa. Because more I'm a picnic to have that balance in them head. And I want my picnic to grow up with the self-assurance, the confidence, the sense of self. You know, me just want them to grow up with these things. So it's not about the father. Mothers and fathers stay warring each other. But she know good. And it's come like you take her side because she know good. No, me not take her side. Me not interested in her. Me no want to meet her. Me no want to know her. Me I talk to you. And this level of toxicity when me hear come out of you is coming out of you. And when you say these things about your child father, you know what kind of person that make you, and you make the picnic hear. Yeah, talk these things about them father. Now the conflict with it, now this a drama source.
And Miss Renee actually said she wants to come on. I just invited her on.
Yes, please. My mother, my sister, my love, my daughter, my everything. My child.
Good night, fabulous. Good night, sister Renee.
Hello, my darlings.
How you doing?
All right, may I go to mush now?
How do you do? I'm so happy to see you. Good. I've been listening.
We're conducting therapy in front of an audience.
I know.
Which also needs therapy. Before you introduce, listen, Dr. Sexy, and this is your life. And before you introduce your guest, can I just say, people, this is one of my rock stone. This is a boulder. This woman is a mountain. I have balled on her. I have laughed with her. I've done everything. This is one of the best friends you could have ever hoped for. I don't like tell people say I'm a friend because I don't want nobody give her none of my stigma. I'm like to protect her. She not asked to be protected, and she reject the protection. But me really love her. And I think if me could have split her in a million pieces, me would give everybody peace, fair friend, because she grounding. All right, we can stop chat now. Please introduce me.
Yes, I love you. I love you.
What can I just say? I've also gotten the opportunity to bask in the glory that is Miss Renee Rattray as well. So I knew firsthand of what. So hi Miss Renee.
Oh, hi, my darling. I'm so happy to be sharing space.
I'm just going to allow you to just jump in and just tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to you guys, and you know, I'm a teacher, so this is something that I live every day because I've seen it all my life. My mother was actually, you know, I think about her, and she was one of the pioneers in parenting education in Jamaica. And so she do a whole heap of work all across this country, just like I'm doing now. Sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm embodying what she do, but I mean, we had our issues too. So when I wrote earlier about how when you have your own children, you kind of start to see your parents because and get how they are, because every day it's not easy to be a parent, right? You're going to screw this thing up. Like me and Tanya talk about this all the time. Like, you know, she has an amazing child who is like her own mind and her own person. And sometimes, you know, I'm sure she's like, what? And me have two who, them not normal, right? And them challenge you every day and them come for you. I mean, this is outside of, you know, the abuse that I think that we have normalized in our country, and we have come to accept it. You know, I would say, well, as you just said, Shelly, you know, like this is how me turn out good. Tanya turn out good, so her mother probably thinks she all right. That's why we think it's okay to pick them to a pot, because it's, you know, needed getting up. I'm all right. It make me, but we're not all right.
That's the thing.
We're not all right.
I'm all right.
We're not all right. You know, my mother was a parenting expert, and I sat on whole heap of couches. You know what I mean? Me did have to go to therapy too. So, you know, I'm saying that there are two sides to it. I'm saying that it's something that we have to learn as we parent, to be conscious as we parent, and admit, you know, trust me, I don't get my children. I try to learn them every day, and I'm trying to be the best parent, but I can promise you that they will end up on a couch.
We're done.
It's true, Tanya.
Well, you know, the only thing you can do is ensure that what they go on the couch for is at least less what you did to them and more, you know.
Absolutely. And I think what I think is powerful about this, because we're doing something, I see Patrice laughing, it's what's powerful about this that people never did before, is that we're talking about it, right? because I just don't feel like there was ever a space to have this conversation about how you parent. I think that we think that it just happened like so, and it does not. It's hard as hell. And then when we this whole social media, and when everybody thinks that everybody's doing it perfectly, and the pictures you post are always beautiful,
nice pictures.
It catch you when you know, it don't catch you when you want to lick them down, you know. It catch you when they're smiling and you are smiling too. So it is rough. But as a teacher, what I will say though is that we traumatize the children. We traumatize the children at home, and then we traumatize them again at school.
Yeah.
And the healing work that has to take place, I feel like, for people who are in the space with children every day, and church too. Somebody, yes. And the healing work that has to take place for our children in this country is so significant, because we have so many traumatized teachers in front of them every day, and that's the space I am in. And if we don't really begin to face the serious pain that the people have gone through, either being traumatized at school or being traumatized at home, you know, the guidance counselor Shelly, who I know you try to reach all the time, they themselves are not looking at it through the lenses that we need them to look at. And so the children come to their home, and it is the one place, it is a place of agony. It's a place where I'm working in some schools right now in the Zozo communities, and the students are, you know, everything that you can think of with them, hearing the gunshot them every night, doing all of the, you know, having to wake up and go online when them can't get, they have no devices, them are catch for fine Wi-Fi, them are do all of them things, and then, you know, the trauma of being abused at home and everything. And then when they come to school now and they try to log on, you have teachers who abuse them same way. So it's like it doesn't end. So I think that in any work that we do, whether it is in school or in home, we have to be so deliberate about people healing themselves first before them go before the picnic them, and that's not happening. We don't have those discussions at all. Like,
no, even beyond just having the discussion, I mean, in all of the plans that are being made to put things in place and make resources available and all of that, there's no resources being put in place to address any of what you spoke about. And you know, and I know, and all of we know, say, unless it is addressed, what we are trying to achieve in terms of any real education, it's not going to get there, because it's not just about providing stuff and a building and a place and say, okay, well, this is it. Everybody going into that space needs support, and if the support isn't there, we're not going to achieve anything. But just a little bit of segue, I want to talk to you about providing some products for some of them schools in the Zozo area, because I've not been able to go down there so any at all since this year started. And I normally a lot of schools like Denham Town High,
I'm there.
Alban Primary,
those are all mine.
I donate products to them all the time, but I just haven't been able to go just because of the, you know, activities and things. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, their issue, COVID is secondary for them, you know, in terms of a pandemic. Crime is there, pandemic. I know. Because them can't.
But Renee, COVID I run and shut a fire and period still a keep. And them still not a pad. So we have to try to solve at least one of the problem then. So even if it is that I have to give you the products and you take them with you when you're going, we can work that out, but make we figure something out afterwards.
Definitely.
Can I jump in and say, since we're here and we're all three adults talking about the kids, and we have people here who are going to go back into their households and into their communities, can we all, 117 of you plus the three of us, just agree right now to change the way we discuss our mutual problems? And I mean, like, when we talk about things, don't talk just from our perspective. Like, all three of us on this live right now can afford feminine products. So it feels like it's nothing to us. But there are people who, when you hear Shelly-Ann say period poverty, understand that there are people in our country right now, one little girl there right now have a period, now have nothing to use on it. Nothing at all. Just like literally nothing, a God Almighty all. So when we talk about things, we start talk with a little bit more empathy and compassion. Let's stop speaking from our zip code. We could have stopped talk from full geographic location and full economic standing. Stop talk from full educational background. Stop talk from full life when we talk about other people's life. Can we please just do that? May I beg if we start to talk with more compassion.
Yes.
Because you can't say, when we say, if you go online, go learn. They not no tablet, they not no laptop, they not no computer, they not no internet. How them going to do it?
Exactly.
How them going to do it? Which
But
means we're
Tanya,
disenfranchising them from education altogether.
And you know what? You know what I keep hearing? Children are not engaged. I'm like, and they're not engaged. Engaged how? Can they even come for you?
Engaged to whom?
What?
excuse me, me teacher. You have children that have all the resources. They have the computer, they have the data, they have the chair, they have the desk, they have a parent in the kitchen right there, so, and they cannot learn through this method. They do not learn like this. So it's not just a resources issue. It is, that's why I talk about support. First of all, we took teachers who were chalk and talk, that were in classrooms that were already overflowing with students that they still. I've gone to schools, Renee, you know this, you're in schools every day. I've gone to schools and it's the kids who come early get the chairs. The rest of them stand up.
Yeah, definitely. I have witnessed that.
So it's not just get them the equipment. It's the teachers. And not everybody can teach to a screen. They were not trained to teach to a screen. It's a different skill set. And you take them and dash them in this situation, and now you're grading them. It's like you're grading a fish on their ability to fly. They can't fly. So the entire system needs to be revised, reviewed, and re-pull up and come again. I just said re-pull up.
I went to a school last week. You see, the thing is, Tanya, when you said we need to stop, you're so right, because we need to stop thinking of, I don't think people understand. That is the truth. I don't think them understand what is happening. I really don't. So like when I went to a school last week and I asked the principal to make me see what a class looked like, I was really asking him to show me what the teaching looks like online, right? That was my interest when I asked the question. Open up your classroom and make me see. And when he went on there, he could not find a class with one. He only found, he looked in one class, couldn't find the teacher in the class. This is like 10:30 in the morning when classes are in session, right? Supposed to be one child. Another class him pull up him say, Miss, who is in the class with one child? Out of a school of 800 picnic. Right?
Mm.
So them not coming on, and then when them come on, I mean, what's going to happen? We want to know what's going to happen. Like, we need to, I don't think we understand that we all need to get involved and everybody needs to go out on the street. Like, that's what I'm ready to do, you know. Like, I'm ready to go out on the street and say, come, we set up a table just like them when all these vaccine blitz. I would have taken a blitz and go out and say, listen now,
one class blitz.
Let me put a table in the community center down in where and wanna come. Tell me where that child is, and we find them, and because they're not there. They're not there. They're just not coming. So what going to happen? Where are they? And what are they doing now? Somebody tell me.
And what will happen to them when we come out of this and they don't have the prerequisite skills to take on life, and then we say they have failed? They have not failed. We have failed them.
Absolutely.
No, but they keep on talking
about the urgency. That's my challenge. Nobody is frantic. You know, like nobody knows. They're just not frantic.
They don't care because they're in school already. They only can sit in their own lens, you know.
So we get
a call from the guidance.
So a child gets murdered and we or something happens and then social media blaze up and everybody share it and everybody whatever, and then nothing, right? We just don't hear nothing no more.
Sensationalism.
I got a call because the guidance counselor, this is who I deal with. I deal with nurse and I deal with guidance counselor. Guidance counselor called me and said, Shelly, I need your help. I need to get some products. I don't know if you have anything else can give, whatever. She said she has not been hearing from a group of students. She's trying to see if she can go. She's actually going to go down at them yard with some things and cargo give them. So it's get me try and get the stuff together because I Trelawney she there. So it's get me try and get the stuff together so we can get them to her in Trelawney because she don't drive. But you know, the school in the community, they usually know where the children live and stuff. So she said she was going to just pack up, make some care packages, put some food and the products and stuff together, personal care items, and carry them, go drop them off at the different houses for the kids because she just haven't been hearing from anybody.
I volunteer to be chauffeur. I can carry her, but drop off the things. I don't know where.
All right. Well, we can work it out for next week because them depend midterm till Wednesday. So next week, yeah. And the thing that I keep on hearing is I hear about the girls them who where they are not safe. So it's not just them in their school. It's not just them in miss class. Is going to school kept them safe because homeboy usually come around when they're not there. Now them they home all the time. So them reach out to them teacher cause like them have asked if them can come stay with her or them can if she know anywhere else where them can go. And we don't even grasp this idea that going to school is not just getting an education. It's actually
it's supposed to be safe.
A safe space.
A safe space where some people only get that's the one meal that them get every day.
The one meal for the day.
Because remember now parents are getting the path money, but that money have to share for everybody. Because usually the path money go to schools and the schools then ensure that a child gets a meal. But because people not working and all of it, when that money come to you now, you have to just divide that up and do other things, right? So it's not guaranteed. So me not know my head. Me not know.
My head too. Like this
no, man, trust me.
The thing is, you see, when we said this last year when they said Tonya Yard, I'm not gonna lie, it really rubbed me so wrong because there's so many problems in that. When they say go home, where is home? Who is there waiting for you to go home to? When you're lucky in parent and child, parent already abusive, but child get to escape for all of the day. No parent is locked in with you're lucky in a little girl with the father or the stepfather where molest her. And this is now a 24-hour access him up to her. At least school did keep her away from that. We have not begun to we not examine all of the. You see, because we judge from our place of comfort, where me go lock up in my house when nobody know in there do me nothing. I may have all the creature comforts. So me assume, listen, the biggest fallout from all of this is going to be psychological. Me not ask me,
trust me.
Yes,
trust me.
Economic will be second.
It starts already.
Yes.
You start to see the symptoms already. Everybody is
14
close.
for mad people.
Hey, see the cliff here now. See cliff here? Do everybody there, so.
I mean, I know Rick Cafe, I know cute post on Instagram Rick clip. This is broke up glass buckle and pointed rocks down at the bottom. This is lovers leaf clip.
Down a gully, you know, a little penny here, you go down a gully.
We are an apathetic society.
One incident away from. And it's not a massive incident either.
And it is straw we broke the camel back, sister.
Right? So that is why I try so hard now. And somebody said to me the other day, why, the Then when you get out of this? When you get out of this? And
You have to talk to that person, you know.
no, I didn't talk to them because honestly, I felt
Talk to
like
them.
the effort that it would take to try to convince them to try to prove to them what I get out of it. Me feel I would have wasted time, so me never bother.
It's like yesterday I posted on my Instagram page that we are at war for our children, and somebody wrote with whom, and I was just like,
See, now you have the
Tanya,
patience and the tolerance and the.
Tanya is one of
You
them
have the
times when we didn't need you for answer them.
This is what my boss is saying.
Yeah,
You know,
you have the time to answer them, Tanya. That is
she
true.
have the grace and poise and the tolerance and all of those, the upbringing, the brought up the things that me not have. Me not have that. Me find some tolerance, my patience, I get short with them. When they ask me things when no civil human should have ever ask, me not have the accommodation. Me just want to send you somewhere.
Me start respond to the message and me stop.
And just delete it.
Respond to the message and me stop. And I'm like, where is Tanya when I need her?
Me not come over there because they're not by your Me not come by your
Renee, between me and you, don't even bother go there because if you think say that is as silly as them get, they have several other levels of silly that you can't even reach.
Tanya is case in point. She have them. She have the monopoly
No, but
on the silly people there.
I know I need to examine myself more closely to see what I'm doing to attract these people. Because I have to be doing something to attract them. They don't just come. I believe in the power of attraction.
If you don't want to donate money towards what I do, because people feel say they must just give me some woolly papa and I must just pay for everything else myself. Which I do.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think, yeah, that's the thing now. You know, I feel like the mobilization is not coming from anywhere. I mean,
no, I
mean, you're doing amazing work, Shelly, and you know there are pockets of this, but that is the problem. Like, there are people who want to do things, and we don't have a mechanism through which people can do it. You know what I mean? And like what you have done recently, Tanya, is like huge because it's activating, you know, something in us to actually, you know, get it done, get the work done. And I feel like in this crisis in education, we don't have anybody mobilizing that, you know, like, so when the ministry says then this is happening and that's happening and we have 120,000 children missing, like, okay, so what's the plan? Like, how are we going?
Oh, we're gonna find them.
What you
Every
need,
time I hear them talk about that,
like, what you need me to do, what you need me to do tomorrow, what can I do to help to and I don't feel like Ramos. I have that's what keeps me up at night. Come here, try to figure out like how we can do it. Somebody just say how we do it. What can we do?
The action plan has to be more than just sharing it on social media, because sharing it on social media is a good way to make people aware that this happened, but it's not a solution.
What about this, Tanya? Renee? What if, because listen, I'm right where you are. I feel exactly the same way. I think that here should be on fire. I you know what I want us to do? I want us to apply the kind of urgency that we apply to revamping the tourism sector to education. If we can get that kind of investment there and that kind of attention and the kind of mobilization and just to get things started, and we try this and never work. All right, come back and tweak it, because that version that never worked, we could change it up so that it reflects little over here. So and I would like to see that kind of thing, but I don't have any control over policy right now. So my thing is, what can I do? What can we do? Renee, if you could wave a magic wand in this conversation on this live tonight, we find the algorithm that can make everything start moving tomorrow. What would you like to see happen first?
I mean, first of all, we need to get the kids back in school because we don't have the bandwidth, nor do we have the devices, nor do we have. So somehow we need to mobilize
100%.
some spaces where children can learn again in front of people, whether we're pulling out retired people or we're putting them in smaller all over, spreading them out in a church hall
Put up
or
some
in a
tent outside on the
community
football
place,
field.
or using
Them
the school, because
outside
I went to a school this last week, and there are termites digging out the wall and whatever, because the place is unused and they're not maintaining it, and they're just empty. And I feel like even if the kids get go back, I'm not a proponent of the shift system, but if the children get like half a day at a time, just with some connection, it will do them good. It will do. So that's the first thing.
Get them back in school.
Yes, I mean, I guess devices are important, but if they can't get online to begin with, and because we don't, and I guess I hear the ministry saying the bandwidth is going to improve and whatever, or we do, and then when we do get devices, it's getting some of our best teachers who are good at delivering to teach, so students don't have to be logged on to a class at their school. They can be logged on to a class with a teacher who is like a badass teacher, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who can really more, excite them and energize them, and other teachers can learn from them at the same time. I just don't think that any solution we have now should be the same old solutions that we're trying, because it's not working.
You see,
I don't know what we're trying. That's the honest. I don't know what we are trying.
The problem that we're facing is not really one that is exclusive to the education ministry. The problem that we're facing is really our social problem, that we need a re-socialization drive, like blitz. I like the word blitz, so I use now. Call it blitz re-socialization, because there are some people who are so firmly cemented in the past which is obsolete, the past which is no longer relevant to us, and the past which cannot work, that there's nothing can be applied now coming from those same people that will work. So we have some, and this is, I'm not ageist. So when I say some old people, I don't mean them age for them birth paper. Because there's some people younger, some people out there younger than me. Well, what could have been my granny in psychologically. So we have some people very committed to some old ways of doing things, because they felt like the same thing what we talked about earlier. Them beat me and me turn out good. No,
it worked.
You see the way how them teach from blackboard, like you said, them take chalk and blackboard teach and put them on tablet and laptop and computer, and them committed to the old ways of doing things, but then this new space does not accommodate that. So what we're fighting first is a mindset.
Right.
We fight first a mindset. This is going to be something that people probably have a fight me over, but the truth is, we have an adult versus children mentality. An adult versus children mentality where we seem to think the children have to conquer us like an obstacle course to get to education, and we leave the onus on them to want to learn.
Absolutely.
When it should never be that. Should never be that. This is how it's always been. When we're young, let me tell you something about our approach to education. When I make money, I'm up on the road, I'm a big and famous, world famous. Me a close festival, open festival, I'm there all over the world. Flight every day. And me take some time off and me go up a Brownstone Community College, and me tell them I want to pursue a degree course. And them tell me I have to sit down in a class 90% that. And me tell them I can't do that. Because I won't even be able to pay for the course. Me up on the road I work, just give me something more realistic. I know man just look me straight in my face and tell me, say no, you're half a day at 90%. Oh, if you're going to work it out, this is how it is. Now, this is what's killing us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not a fact that I couldn't be a course. It's not a fact that I'm not smart enough to do it. They not have no course so I can do it.
Right.
And I'm not looking for a job. This is what we say we want. We say we want a more educated population. This is the way to it, right? Me go do the formal education thing. Now me know say me not lock informal education, but me want put it on paper. Just so when me have a conversation with people, them stop tell me say me have no letters back on my name and me can talk with credibility. But this that I faced, and I'm name Tonya Stephens, I'm a face that where the kids them a face.
Exactly.
Where the kids them a face where we can't afford to go to school 90% of the time because them have to go help them father with the goat them and the cow them and them have to go help them mother market and them have to run the family business which is small and can't afford to employ nobody else. So and them have to babysit them younger siblings.
But you know what it is? It's because it's a factory, you know. It's like True Juice. Them have manufacture the same bottle of juice.
Yeah.
And them want everybody to look the same way.
No,
Yeah.
but Renee, that is so irrelevant in this world right now. Because I was talking to somebody the other day, an educator, who was telling me about some degree courses that they have and all of that. So I was asking about coding. I said, you guys don't teach coding? Well, no, not at this point or whatever. I said, then how are you a tertiary institution and you not teach coding and everything online now? And then when the students who want to learn to code, they have to look at the non-traditional places to learn to code, and they go through that now and they get the non-traditional qualification and they can code and they're brilliant coders, but they never pass
standardized.
Them can coding, coding is what they do, but they've never passed the 5 CXC to get them to matriculate into the MIS information degree where they need to go do it. I will give them 2 years worth of courses were obsolete because when them learn them something there, by the time them reach in the real world, all of what them learn not apply again. And so now they've just wasted 4 years doing something that it could have taken them 1 year to learn to do the thing that they really want to do. So it's not just the fact that the old way of thinking is we still have to sit down and do this 4-year degree when the core subject that you need to learn, really you only need to take 1 year to do it. But you have to do three semester calculus and you will never find the derivative of anything after that. Yes,
Hey, first of all, shout out to all them people who proficient on shorthand.
I know, right?
No! Tanya, right now, you know.
120 words
right
per minute.
May I study for the 3 CXC subjects. Speaking of which, Renee, if you know any brilliant little pitney we can teach me physics, help me then, please, because I need some help with the physics.
I actually do. You know.
Yeah, me need some help with the physics. I beat me bad. The derivative, something there. It was a real statement. Me upset with calculus. Anyway, so, right? I decide, say, I got medical school, because I want to learn gynecology, right? So, I do my 3 science subjects, them, so I can qualify for the pre-med, so I can go to med school, right? So, I study chemistry, physics, and biology. Biology, I'm very comfortable with because, you know the body work and these things. And, it makes sense to me because I can connect things. Physics is very abstract. It don't make sense to me. The formula, them, I don't know. So, I need help with that. Is YouTube, I watch, YouTube, I got school enough. You have a bridging on YouTube and all the topics, then break them down for me and think about the physics that beat me bad. So, look. Please help me with the physics.
Rush can help you too.
Yes.
V0. Make Rush help you.
Yes,
He's
man. I need help.
teacher.
I beg him help with the physics. Please and thanks.
I will beg him to help you.
Oh, God.
Right? But my point is, the entire system needs to revamp. They're not ready for this yet. You have children, you have kids coming out of college with a marketing degree. And when you look at what they've learned, them teach them out of one book we published in the 90s. Look how marketing has changed since the 90s. What in that book could they possibly be teaching them?
The other day, a friend of mine sent me her daughter was doing some homework, and in the homework it had a floppy disk as one of the things that she was learning in IT. I'm like, the only place a floppy disk needs to be is in a history book. Right?
I don't believe you, Renee. I think you have to lie on them. You and Shelly-Ann lie?
I swear.
Hey, listen, hold on. Let me tell you. Can I say something? Listen, when them done do the marketing degree there, with them obsolete things, them will get job at the Ministry of Health. I was at Anatomy Hospital and I saw them put up something when they say, remember the trees, the 3 C's? Big old placard on the wall, 3 C's, what was it again? But anyway, one of the something them never spell with C.
creativity and collaboration. Where was
No,
that?
man, I feel health.
Oh,
Make
health,
Lord, I
health.
can't remember. But anyway, it's not a joke. One of the something them, one of the three C's never start with C.
You too lie.
I'm not lying. I
Tanya,
swear to you, I can't remember. My brother out there, so me know I'm rude for walk away.
look
Listen,
what
I'm
I'm
not
going
joke.
to.
Listen, hold on.
This is you.
No, but somebody is saying here that they think it's deliberate, you know. And I make no joke about it because I keep saying that this is a part of the colonial project. Tanya, me tell you this is a part of the colonial project that has continued for generations. It's the most sustainable project I've ever been a part of. Most of the projects we have died and peter out, but this year project here,
Anatomy Hospital.
it's here to stay, clearly. Because it serves somebody to keep us in this place. Tanya will tell you, we have science genius.
Remember
this project.
Remember
this
the
project, science genius. And I can't tell you the people them who, what you said, Tanya?
No, more you finish. Just remember. No,
remember when the sign said.
You may go figure because me all.
Yes, make him go.
The 3 C's: cover, cough, and sneeze. So me say cover, cough, and sneeze because of the 3 C's. That is the ministry of health. Millions of dollars of promotion. Cover, cough, and sneeze. Yeah. If you can get a job with them, I'm sure you qualify. From that book from the 90s. Yeah, carry on. The science genius.
Yeah, and just how we traumatize our children by not exposing them to anything more, and we dumb them down, and we don't feel that wish them. We say that they're not, like when I hear principals say, I have these students, but they're not academically inclined. Like there's nothing that drives me more mad, because from grade 1 we don't teach them to read properly. Them come through the system every year, go from grade to grade. We are the ones who are not teaching them, because we know people who can learn to read in 6 months, right? And we take children all the way up to grade 9 and they can't read, right? And then it's their fault that them don't know how to read.
And them left young foreign, and in 6 months them bright.
Them bright and turn on.
You know what I always want to know?
But Tanya, we do this project called Science Genius, and in science it's merging dance hall with science, so the students put dance hall content to science. And let me tell you the fight that we get about Science Genius, because people say, you know, is dance hall, how can we expose the children to what them call it, like
boogie yaga.
The word moral comes to mind. There's some moral issues here. Some moral issues.
Every year they report her, and they report her to everybody from the Minister of Education to Jesus. Every year.
So you think that surprised me? Excuse me. Put some respect on my name. First of all, understand, a period me talk about vagina and nether regions and body parts. You know how much principal office me have to sit down in and I have arguments with them about the fact that they want me to go in front of the students and talk about periods and not say the word vagina?
So where that come from? What are they ears?
Usually what I end up doing is like, okay, this is what's happening. I would like you to describe period to me without saying the word vagina. I'll wait.
Where did they idiot there from my exposure fitness to them?
So me want you to understand. Say, it's not just the dancehall, the moral thing dancehall. And one of the things that I noticed too when I go to the schools, and I think that this is just the most, you see how you hold your hair a while ago, me can't do that because of my hairstyle, but how you do it a while ago, Renee? You know the thing that irk my body? That make me physically convulse? When I pull up to a school and I see 20 children outside, usually mostly boys. What am I doing out here? Them put them out. Why? Them pants too short. Them skin bleach out. Or them ear cut not appropriate, and all of these kind of things. And people
they're doing it while they're online too.
But them say, but Shelly, you can't. The people them have them dress code and all of that. And my thing is, so we're going to deprive them of an education because them pants too tight? Whose balls is being squeezed here? And how is that the solution? What is the solution? To put them out of school completely because them pants too tight.
But do bear in mind, you know, that these things that they are rejecting are results of a lack of exposure,
And
results
shame.
of them upbringing, you know, and these are all, if there's something wrong going on, then it is a matter that better exposure and more education would solve. The solution is not to kick them out, it's to drag them in.
No, but that is my point. When you put them out a door, you put them at the gate at 15. How many days are they going to stay at the gate every time you put them out? At what point do they now get put out and go somewhere else, go do something that you know will not be constructive?
So what am I trying for on gate, man? We feel, you know? We feel. And
right?
it bothers me. So we talk cocky and arrogant, you know, we feel.
Gonna check the length of them skirts and them son, that's still a keeping up.
Yeah. Because the adults have failed. The adults are sound really distasteful. Me sorry, me no want sound so, but I don't identify with them. I identify with the kids.
Absolutely.
I cannot identify with people who listen, let me tell you what when me know said it's a foolishness, all them checks are foolishness. When I was going to high school, there was a point when having your socks, rolling your socks down into one tight like a ball, right down to your ankle, roll it.
I used to do that.
Was in fashion, right? And it was in fashion, and all the girls started doing that. Just roll the socks, go down, and it looked ridiculous when they look back at it. But that was our fashion. It was expression of self. And they banned it. Them ban it and them say you can't roll your socks without. Well, you know, so when them ban it and say you can't roll down the socks, all right, the kids them now will set the trend. I wasn't one of them. Decides, all right, we're gonna draw our socks all the way up to we knee and that on the fashion. Because we can't roll it down, we draw it up. And then ban that too. And then them say, all right, then put on 2 socks. So you have one darker brown socks under the bottom and one lighter brown socks go over it. Just slightly lighter figure, like a, because remember, you know, we are adolescents. We're coming into ourselves. We just start learn who we be a little bit, and we ego grow, and we want to express. And every avenue we try to express it through, them ban it.
Them all will look the same way.
Some buckle of Pepsi, them want to come off of the production line.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why we so messed up.
The thing was with my hair. A holy child with me go. Because a holy child, at the time, Sister Stephanie was the principal. Sister Stephanie says, you cannot comb your hair in more than 3. Because if you comb your hair in more than 3, it means you're nasty and you will develop lice. You have to comb your hair every day. If you comb your hair in more than 3, you can't comb your hair every day. So you must get it. So we know you comb your hair every day if you comb it in 3 or less. You understand?
So it's a bit tall.
I have been this little Jezebel all my life, you know, man. So you see all of the nice, straight, wavy hair, half mix up people, and we show up with them nice, fluffy twists.
Yes.
I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull them out.
Count them.
I count everyone. And then I have to pull them out. This poor little girl in our class, she did have a very, very long hair long down to her waist. Look like her mother plaited in a 4. She parted so, and parted so, and plaited in a 4. She have to pull out every one of them. And she come in high school. And you can't manage the ear now. Just nothing her face, but because if me can't wear my ear more than 3, neither can she. With our nice, long, flowing wavy hair.
Flowing wavy hair.
And you can't let out, no, but the next thing too, when you have nappy hair, you can't let it out because it is unkempt. But when you have straight hair, you can let it out. The biases are so obvious, and we with the same dark skin and the same nappy hair are the one that will exact punishment the quickest. Jesus, what is wrong with us? We need therapy.
Listen,
we need therapy. Traumatized too. Childhood trauma.
I was principal. I remember when I had long locks and I was principal, and I started growing the locks. I started growing them, so they were longer than yours, Shelly, but it did look like a sauce up to start, and then you know they were starting to grow and things. And a parent made set an appointment with me to talk to me about it, you know, to ask me what a nice girl like me
Big and
would
so on
be
idle.
doing, why I would be doing something like that with myself. You hear me?
And is this a dark skinned parent?
A dark look like me
How many
parent.
of you? How many of you ask Christ? How they so self-hating?
We hate ourselves. And because we hate ourselves, we hate the picnic them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So where we going to
Yeah.
start from? Because here, I want to see right now me in the phase of my life where I appear action plan I want, you know.
Me too.
Want,
Me too.
first of all, earlier I saw on the live Dr. Patrice Charles. Me just want bigger up. Big, you know, hey girl, me just hold and just choke up, you know.
We should have bring her on too.
We can always come back one next year. We are got
Yeah.
listen, let me tell you something more. Me know say me have no cause uno have me. Here what now. You see this? What we are doing now? Them here a soul work. Them here is not work where them can pay with for. Me know both of uno, me know uno personally and me know so what wanna do. Uno no make no money off fight. What uno make is minuscule. Uno barely get nothing out tight. Uno work out on a time, uno a pocket, uno a heart. Me know. And this is why me can say this confidently. This is where we start now stop. People, all I want upon the life, I go run upon the mountain top and tell it. This now stop. Me know so uno used to 9 day talk. We are out last 9 days. Them here is movement we start. We want change and we want it. When we say we want it now, we not sit down and wait for uno to go have 16 discussion and go in a meeting and go decide when we are going to stop traumatized with them. We're tired. So action plan. Big up Patrice Charles because we start to work on the sexual violences.
Yes.
Patrice, big up yourself and all of the therapists, them, all of the psychotherapists, counselors, coaches will come forward and say, yes, me there, me able, me ready. Different thing now. It's not the same old thing before.
It can't be.
Talk and gossip and gossip and gossip and ask. Who give me one name? We not do that no more. We're ready to come for no pit them too. We have to rescue no pit them from uno because uno toxic.
Because
so
because Tanya, when you post anything about Science Genius or any other thing, you know that it's 3 people like it.
Chirps. Cricket a chirp and tumbleweed a blow across like it's a Western move when everybody get out of town because war go on. None of them not upon it. But me go post something now. I say sitting about rape. And you see them all turn up because they are some very morbid people with some little rape fantasies. So them turn up for that. Yeah, them turn up for that.
I had to convince.
I
had to convince a lady who she spent her nice money and bought a case of menstrual pads and she was donating the menstrual pads and she lets me know she doesn't want these pads to go to the prison because she doesn't want to give any criminal pads. If they wanted to have their own pads, they wouldn't have broken the law. So I said to her, you know, with all due respect,
don't ever law you stop a period.
No, pause.
Where are them idiots from?
I just said to her in my nicest voice, I said, you know, it is possible for you to take this case of product and just donate it to who you would like to have it. Yes, man. You can give it to who you would like to have it because I am not going to stop donating products to the prison. And I might forget that this is your box and give it to them, and I don't want to offend you. So here's what you do. You can take it and give it to who you think needs to get it, and I'm sure they'll be very grateful because period poverty affects us all.
Well, I don't know. You know, so my mind in a so kirk where I say, you can take it and then my mind just goes somewhere else.
Of course.
I'm not going to say this is your life.
No, man, but for real though. And this is a reality that we have to deal with because what the first thing is, since COVID started, they stopped the visits to the prison because they might try to minimize the amount of people who come to the prison. And certain things, if you don't get a visit, you're just not going to get. Because I'm a pan alone, we get prison. We get prison underwear, personal care items, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, them little things. And sometimes we get clothes and stuff for them too because they have to go to court and sometimes they're not appropriate for where they go to court. And so people donate clothes and we carry the clothes and we clean them up and everything so them decent. And we carry the clothes. One lady carry one bag of panty come give me one time and look like she wear them and give them. I said, Mr. We're going with this. No, prison say you can't go, Mr. So.
Oh my God. Where we get these barbarians from?
So So she take her bag and she go on. My point is, people don't understand. Say this is not. All right. So I'm gonna do this because me not about this right now or whatever. People here talk about this is about somebody's human dignity. I don't know what it feel like to have somebody give me something so personal, and I can only fathom what it takes out of a woman to make the call. Cause they call me. My number they my IG page, them call me and say, I have 3 daughters. Oh, me go about getting some of the things. And one girl, she said, all right, she can meet me across road. And me not hear from her. Me not see she come sit down across road with her. Me call her. She said, she wait for one bus. Me said, where you there? She said, she down at town. Me said, which part down at town? And me said, all right, you can meet me at the big tree. She said, all right, she walk out at the big tree. I me drive, go downtown, carry something, them go get her. This is not about because what you think them deserve. This is people. This is them person. This is them womanness. This is them dignity.
First of all, Shelly-Ann, listen to me, because we share the same. We share the same. Me know it's right now. Me have goosebumps, and me know say Renee have them. First of all, what them people need to understand, say, a lot of us think that our successes are direct results of all of our effort and our hard work. But the reality is, a large part of our success comes from our luck of the draw. If we manage, for example, if we were born to a crackhead lady on the street, the odds of us making it to where we are would be significantly lower. We are lucky. As bad as we may think, so we have it, and we have it bad when we come up, we're still lucky. We're lucky. And when we tell people this, me grew up in a poverty, but it's a different kind of poverty from other people's poverty. So my poverty was material. My poverty was material, but I didn't have TV, I didn't have current, but I did have books. And out of those books came forth intellect. Right. I was forced to bury myself in books. And this is what helped me. And this is what I live off. I'm a right for a living. I literally write for a living. Exactly. And all I did was read, and my writing comes from my reading. So me can't put myself, when I hear people say, oh, me did do it, so them can do it, and they can't do it like you did. No two people do it alike. So we need to stop that foolishness now where we're going to look on one woman where she poor and I'm going to judge her based on that. Entirely based on that, not looking into any of the circumstances of her life. And we just decide, so we're one better person. Because we didn't end up. Remember, I know. See, nowadays when I look on some woman when I work at all, I look down on people who work, you know, and I try and now make it, you know. Girl, you're married to a man with mine, you know, you know, do nothing at all. All you do is lie down a bottom. And that's it. That's it. She just unlucky. She never meet a man the way you meet. Stop going like you do this thing, God. Stop your life advice because you're not do life.
Exactly. You know,
you're not do life. Stop it. You're not one life coach.
You know, years ago, I learned that lesson. Thank God I learned it early in my work as an educator, as a teacher. I went to this school in St. Thomas, and when I went there and I entered the gate, it's a really rough school, right? Surrounded by whole heap of ghetto communities and whatever. And the boy them outside, them dig out them hand middle school class are gone, you know. The principal and the, you know, them have the canteen open and the all kind of things going on where them, you know, senior people in the school own the canteen so they might make money so it don't lock.
Oh wow.
And drama, right? And no school, basically children not in class. So I was livid, you know, and I went there to do some workshops and things, and I'm vexed because I'm like, what the hell? You know, these people, they're criminal. And I was able to call them together and, you know, talk to the staff and whatever. I'm a cuss. And them they deserve the cussing, right? Because the classes weren't happening, the teachers were showing up late, all of that. But I was seeing my period and had to go to the bathroom. The teacher's bathroom.
Lord Jesus.
And when I went to the bathroom and had to use their facility, Me say. I
Who
was
are
like,
these
but
people?
look how I drive in my car.
Yeah.
And I come down here and I don't understand what these people go through. I mean, there's no excuse for neglecting children, right? There's no excuse for not showing up and doing your work. But I'm making this point to say that sometimes we have to put ourselves in the context and understand.
Facts.
Because I was taking up a bucket. I was standing in water, first of all, to use the bathroom. There was no running water. So I was taking up the bucket for throwing at it, but little tubes of water for throwing at the thing. And I'm thinking, these teachers have to come here every single day and do this, right? And here am I thinking that, you know, them life, they should be behaving differently. You know, those things, they're traumatized too. And their own trauma then has an impact on. So we don't understand, I think, like the real big picture, that the system itself is not set up to make anybody thrive.
Well, I kind of not sorry for them teacher. I'm not gonna lie, because at them did it, and them are they are the administrators of that space. Them the maintenance man, and them are boss. Go fix the pipe. Mop up the floor. Me sorry, and me really understand what you say, and you're right. But them teacher then ask the man.
Never say, but I've been to many different kind of bathrooms in Kingston and out of Kingston. I've been to outside bathroom, inside bathroom, bathroom with plumbing, bathroom without plumbing. But all the time that I go to the bathroom, them fairly clean. I'm never going to a bathroom and it's dirty. But I go to the bathroom in various state of plumbing or lack thereof. And like we go somewhere, you see them have a bucket, and you know, say this is the bucket that you use to flush.
We do those all the time.
Right. Those all the time. Sometimes you go to a school and it look like them have a tank outside and them use the water from the tank to fill up the drum. And it's in the drum now you get the water from to flush the toilet or to wash your hand or things like that. But in terms of that's about the teacher's bathroom, because me not have to go in the student bathroom, because usually when you go, they make you use the bathroom. And not all of them have running water. And I'll give you even one further. Get ready for cringe even more. Part of the education that we have to do when we do the period lesson is that I have to make sure I show them, the girls, how to dispose of their pads. Them go to school and them take off them pad and them roll it up and them hide it underneath the toilet tank, or them hide it all about in the bathroom. You go in the bathroom and I smell the smell and you can't tell where it's coming from. And that's what them do, them hide the pad, because it's this dirty little secret that they're supposed to keep and nobody not supposed to know about it. This one guidance counselor get vexed with me because I asked the girl if she have her period. I said, okay, so who in here start having them period already? I asked a question there because more of them tell me what their first period experience is. And she's upset because they're not supposed to be sharing that. I'm like, but miss, the jig is up. The secret is out. Girls of a certain age have periods. We know.
Me done. When the people don't talk to no pit about period here, stop making it a secret. We all have period. Anybody when not have no period have a condition where they need medical help for. That's not normal.
We're afraid to talk about anything to do with the body and anything to do with
especially the female body. Yes, especially female body. Why is female body so taboo?
I remember on top of that, I insist that the boys are in the classroom.
Oh, Jesus, you just don't get us a start, Ellie.
That if I say vagina to the boys, they're going to think I'm talking about sex. And I said to her, well, that's a failing on your part. Because if they only associate vagina with sex, that means that you only tell them about that part of the vagina. That's not the only purpose of vagina have. And no sex alone you have with vagina. Not for them come to the word for vagina. Them never know. You don't tell them say it's true. Them mother have a vagina. Because they probably don't even know say them mother have a vagina, you know. Because there's some meet at the conversation from me now. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have the pelvis. I'm gonna show them the pelvis. I said, this is where we all started life. In the womb. And we go through the pelvis, we come through the cervix, and we come out the vagina. Then you hear them say, ew! I said, what are you hearing about? When you come out crying, so that means you could juice get it in the mouth. Ew, miss, ew!
It's so disgusting. You the song that traumatized the teacher them.
I know it's you are stress out the poor people.
Renee, by the time you buck them up, Shelly done traumatized them
By the
already.
time they come, them done. So, Shelly, when must this conversation start, though?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Saying,
I'm ready.
No. I'm saying, when should the conversation about your body and start with children?
As soon as I ask, man.
Okay, my question is, my thought is, you teach them about every other body part. You teach them about eyes and nose and fingers and toes and lips and all this. Teach them about everything. Give them the language. Let them be comfortable saying vagina. Let them know that the entire thing is not called a vagina. It's just the hole, one of the holes named vagina, and the external part is a vulva. You know, anytime when I say, we do not urinate through our vagina in a classroom. I actually had a teacher say that, miss, then where you urinate through. I say you urinate through your urethra. Girls have a urethra. Boys, you also have a urethra. They hear that, which part you have that, miss? Me say your pee-pee hole. Then say, oh. Tell them about all of their body parts. They're not stupid. Absolutely. First of all, we need to stop looking at children as if they're stupid. They are just small. They have a working brain and they are open to learning things and they want to know. You know, who asks the most questions? The boys. Because first of all, when you give them the part to all them, say, what Mr. Papa's this? So me say PP night to miss. When this can't work. Let me, so when you have this in Africa about you, miss. They have all the questions.
And Shelly, I see Brit and Tanya. Brit saying, and teach them about good touch, bad touch.
We talk about consent, but consent is a different conversation. And the reason why I don't wrap up consent in this particular conversation is because consent has to do with just the idea of respect and respecting boundaries and spaces. And I think that's a different workshop altogether. I'm actually working, I'm doing, as we speak, my next book, I'm writing a book about consent for age 8 and older. Because the first thing that we need to do is to give children agency over their body. Let them know that they can say, no, they don't want to touch you. They don't want you to touch them. Because we have a thing, and we do it to girls more than we do it to boys. We force girls to be extra pleasant to people, even when they don't want to.
Yes, and
somebody tries to say hi to them, and they say, no, man, it's uncle.
Everybody auntie. Give auntie
and auntie that. And they must hug them up and kiss them up, and they don't like it. Them should not be forced to be kissed if they don't want to be kissed. So the first thing we have to do is make them understand so they can say no. If them just want shake hand, make them shake hand. But I know everybody get to lift them up and scoop them up and hug them up and do all of them something there to them. And we do it to girls more than we do it to boys. And we need to stop it. Right? But I think that the consent conversation is a little different. But what you must teach your child is give them the language so they can talk about their body parts in full. One of the biggest disjustice we do to girls especially is we silence them. So when they're going through puberty, we only tell them about period. We only tell them about period and teenage pregnancy because they need to learn the responsibility. We don't talk to them about arousal. Them don't know say as aroused, them feel aroused. Them know say them little body feel funny. And them know say and they don't have the words. And then when you them start saying to you and you run them say to Tyrone, and Tyrone, our big man, where I just as a look opportunity. And when he tell Tyrone say, but I feel a little funny, he say, where? And she said, here, son. He said, where? Show me. And she got to take him on and she show him where she feel a little funny. And when he touch her, it feels good. But she don't have the words. She don't have the language. And when you silence her, you communicate to her that you are not the person that she can get this information from. Don't you want to be there when she wants to know to figure out why her body feel a little funny? Don't you want to be a part of that conversation? You want Tyrone for sure?
Renee, you stress out like me?
And oh, by the way, for the persons who don't know, girls have wet dreams too. Wet dreams is not a male experience exclusively. But when girls have wet dreams and she go tell her granny carry her down her brother such and such down at the church and then sprinkle oil on her forehead and pray for her because a demon a take over her body.
Oh my Lord.
All right, me sign off. Demons. Once demon come in another city, it's over.
It's all
Girls have wet dreams too, but they're not told about that. They're just told about they must keep them legs closed and avoid getting pregnant and put on pad. And boys get to learn about masturbation. We don't teach girls about masturbation at all. Boys get to learn about masturbation. As a matter of fact, we treat masturbation as if it's a rite of passage for boys. They cannot
it's a male thing.
little hand have to touch them little penis. But if the little girl ever touch herself, make her say, a peer meeting, whop. What is that you doing? Go sit down.
Jenny,
And then now,
I have the consent conversation like right from the start.
No, you should.
Me just feel said that is like crucial. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
you're right. You should.
You
absolutely should.
Yeah. No. It's your body is yours, and only you have autonomy over that body. And from
Facts.
you know, like my own children, from them could breathe. Me tell them that, you know, that only they can own.
I don't want to sit here and pretend say me know everything right off the bat, because when my daughter was a teenager, I mean, you know, Renee, you know, say me and her, we had the best of friend and the worst of enemy. When she hit puberty, it was very rough for both of us, because I was not the smartest mother of a teenager, and she was not the nicest child to this not so smart mother. And we did fight every day. And she forced conversations to happen early. That little pitney just, I never told her no stark story or nothing like that. I tried, but I was more into age appropriate information. And sometimes I was wrong about what age was appropriate for what information. Me did just go off of my old settings. And she forced it. But this pitney push and challenge me so much. It's like she never rests. She not accept it. And then the thing is, she's a mirror of me.
Yep,
She has some of her own characteristics, but trust me, the tough head. And so I was forced to have conversations that I was still uncomfortable with, even as an adult, because I saw them raise me for be squeamish about my own feelings. So my daughter, I am a lucky parent, because my daughter has actually grown up to be an adult who helps me to grow.
Yeah.
You know, like things like, let me tell you things like, I feel very, very uncomfortable about not having on a bra. I used to.
And she's
if
like,
my daughter liberate me from Brazil. No, me wear Brazil still, you know. But she liberate me from the mindset that says I have to have on a bra. Just by simply coming out without a bra. And asking, so why me need it? Like, and then me just couldn't justify my demands for you for put on a bra. And then she said, take off yours, because mommy, when you come home and you take off a bra, that's when you're most comfortable. Why you have to wear it go to road? Like, who out there try to impress by having on a, like, you know, that just get me all riled up now, because me not try to impress no guy or no girl. Oh dear, you said that. So me take it off. And it feels so good to just go out on the road, but me still have friends, especially male friends, you be like, wow, it plays cool. Wow, you perky, you're excited. Stuff like that will make you uncomfortable, so we need to change our conversation. So young girls can feel comfortable, because bras are dangerous. Me know somebody will end up with cancer from a bra bone, sticking them repeatedly in a one spot, and it developing as something, and then they, you know, well, that's what I was told categorically by them and them family members. And if that is not
similar story.
Yeah, the bras are not our friends, really.
Yeah.
No, but like them uncomfortable, like you said. They especially when they have heavy breasts. Bras can be very, very torturous for somebody who's your breasts them actually need support. So that is true.
But then the next thing again, to sexualizing breasts.
Exactly.
I want to work enemy them too because your breast not seen as breast. Now it's seen as an object of sex. So if you take off your brassiere, obviously you look sex because you make a nipple show. I'm from the man is the nipple.
Excuse me.
They have a right. They have
It
a right
depends on how much of your nipple showing. You could be breaking the law. You can be arrested for that.
But man can walk topless. Man can walk shirtless.
Yeah.
I
think Michael Abrams just posted up one picture the other day. We have a man, big belly, with a man boobs, and his wife, big belly, and the two of them look exactly the same. So he's like, honey, where you going looking like that? Go put on some clothes. And she said, in here after you.
Same size boobs. Some of them have bigger boobs than me, but then still a demand say me if you go do the right decent thing and cover up.
We need to cover up. Listen, me tell a story all the time because I'm still traumatized by it, you know. Me and my little cousin, me a 5, him a 5, the two of we out the road, I run up and out of the front of the yard, I run up and down in the rain, I ramp, I have a lovely time in the rain, I splash along, and them see the two of we out there in our underwear, me have on my panty, him have on him brief, them draw me inside, bust me little backside, put on clothes for me, him still out there, I run up and down and ramp. The only reason why they carry me inside is because I'm a little girl.
And poor little girl now have no clue. Like
to this day, me upset about it. Me still carrying feelings about it. This man who beat me dead and gone long time. I'm not over it. I'm traumatized.
And me too. Me vex on behalf of you.
Me vex too.
Wrong. Because run up and down naked in the rain is some of the nicest thing, you know, girl. At least my mother never say so. My mother, big up yourself, Kathleen Spence. She never did stay so. Me couldn't run up and down naked out the door as much as me want until she said, all the way have to come in.
The only reason why them draw me in, plus them beat me, and them put on clothes for me, and my little cousin out the same way I run up and down the rain. I know he's still out there. Him should have catch pneumonia. I'm like, sorry.
Oh, no.
No, I don't feel fault. You're wicked, right?
No, me take it back.
No, next time, just say bitter.
No, because you could have sit on a ball after the skin about me, sit on a ball, you know, and him out there around the same way.
And he wouldn't even have a good sense to come in sympathy.
Tell us that still I carry feelings, but
it's rough.
Yeah, she really me think me did bad. Hey, me can't feelings, you know, me think me did bad, but this a girl a hamper big and for me, man.
Yes, trust me.
She like her feelings for ramp in the rain. Me not have them the feelings. My feelings
oh my God. But listen, if you have a bright child, treat your child like them bright, yeah? You can talk to them fully, give them the full information, have open conversation with your children, and you know your child. Not all of them can take all of the information full frontal, and you can tell the difference. As far as age appropriate is really just about language, because they can understand. Explain it to them. Don't take them to idiot. I look a 9-year-old little girl look at me and tell me, say, our mother take her for idiot. She said, Auntie, you know my mother thinks I'm an idiot. I said, why you say that? She said, well, I asked her if you can get pregnant when you swallow semen, and she said yes. But that don't make no sense.
I'm done. I have nothing. Jesus Christ.
I'm like, okay. When I call her mother, she said, Shelly, the little penny just come out and ask me. You never know what to tell her. I said, well, no.
She wouldn't know if it's
well, she's annoyed. And she knows they are foolish to tell her. And she's
like, well, it depends on how long young, because when she really young, like toddler, certain things, I have to run a rain check and do like me no know, I have to go find out, and then I go curl up in my bed or got my knee in a fetal position and just bawl.
No, but it's okay to say you don't know, right? It's better you say you don't know than tell them foolishness, because they can verify. If you intend to keep them ignorant, don't teach them to read. Better tell them say you don't know than tell them foolishness.
My biggest parenting expertise comes from years of balling. I ball for everything. She ball, me ball too.
No, me get the calls all the time. Me get the calls all the time. Me get the calls from fathers. This one father family. Him have a 13-year-old daughter And she come to him and ask him, our friend tell her, say, her clitoris is just like a little penis.
Oh God.
Oh, she can't get it to stand up like a penis.
Lord God.
You don't know what you
No man.
Him say, go to your room.
That me probably I said to me, sorry,
Right.
universe, me apologize. This is a wrong answer. But the thing is though, can we just acknowledge that there is no such thing as adulthood and we're all just children in different phases, and we are also progressing, and we're works in progress, and we need to stop acting like we know everything. This is what confuses the children, because we keep acting like we're superheroes and we know everything. So when they come across something that we can navigate, that is when the confusion comes around. When I say I don't know, I find that when I had real honest conversations, that's when I had the most success. When we say, listen, we need to talk to you about this. I used to be very open with things like finances and stuff. What people tell me, say me not to talk to people about, me and my fitness down and chat, but we talk about relationships. Because listen, you're going to notice that your father is not here.
Right.
You're noticing that I am here without your father, and then you notice that somebody else is here who is not your father. You notice these things, and I'm not going to act like it's stupid. We're going to discuss this. Like, listen, man, me and your father are friends, so we go to school. We just can't get along. We just can't get along. But you and him can get along, and me and you can get along. This has nothing to do with
Two
you.
different relationships.
You and him, fine. And when him fall short, me make up for it. Because I am not going to shortchange my child to try to prove so no man is a bad daddy. Me not depend that, then me not there so for that none at all. So me want to make sure that my daughter have the best father in the world and can brag like any other me. So if him not have the money for buy her things, me buy them mom care come care say that is certificate is the best daddy in the world. Me not do this for him, me do this for my child.
Right.
Me need her to have a good daddy. Me not go ever tell her say you worthless papa. I'm not saying that. What I say about me pick a worthless papa. Me, good me. Can't do that. Me a good as. Me can't have no worthless papa. So me and me pick me now. She understands that me no want hero.
Right.
Me can be a hero sometimes, but there are some times when I can't. I don't know. I me no feel me ego not big enough to make me feel like me always have to be that guy where we know everything. Me can tell her to me ask her advice on things too.
Oh God, yes.
To the point where sometimes she run me and be like, lady, go figure your life out yourself and leave me alone. And then she start read tarot cards and that worse because I say, come read me up. Come read me because I don't know what the hell I'm going with me right now. And she be like, listen, man, I put on them tarot stuff because I'm tired of you. Tired of you. But me and my daughter friend.
Like if we would just value and that just comes back to you valuing her as a person, Tanya. You know, that's the thing.
It's a complete person, man. But she don't make me forget that. She never ever lets me forget that. So me and her, and people tell me to sometimes give me advice like, yeah, your kids can be friend like that. Are you and for your kids? Me and my daughter are party. Me and my daughter. Listen, when she become an adult and me discover she smoke weed, but this is a 20-year-old woman, by the way. I'm a spaz. Me don't know when me go in her room, go look for and buck up on paraphernalia and just me go back in my room and me lock the door and me curl up in a fetal again and hug me knee and ball. And then me sit down to myself and me say the hypocrisy though, because I smoke weed. She's never seen me smoke, by the way. Her entire childhood me hide from her. Entire child. Me burn the amount of incense and mosquito can go me burn for this guys that I me smoke away from her. She never knew. And then me find out just that smoke. Now listen, I don't recommend disappearance. I don't recommend smoking because smoking is bad for your respiratory system. Generally speaking, I don't recommend it. But me discover she smoke and I cannot tell an adult that you cannot do this thing. She see me I drink my whiskey and now she see me I smoke because she's an adult and she smoke. Me can't tell her what to do. We talk about health and we do cleanses together. We do all of this stuff together. We do including lung cleanses together.
Yeah.
And we're friends now with her. And we think this is the best way to go. To be friends with the kids enough. I put on my foot when I need to.
Yeah.
But not since she's an adult of this age. So she head towards 30 now. Me can't put on my foot for a 30-year-old woman. This is my friend. I'm a party. We got all this together. We sit down and reason more life together.
The foundation laid already.
Yeah. And you push education. When you put them little and them go to school, Instead of award them over the report or bad, check and see what the weakness be and find an extra lessons if they need it. Find somebody who can boost that. Me know I'm not good for maths. Make find a maths teacher. Make can help her.
And
Find
and,
do that.
and one of the big things, Tanya, which you are amazing with, is knowing what your child is good at and supporting them in that. Like you are like my hero in that regard, because you have
because
you
me not
have
feel
taught
I,
me that, and
no,
that's one of the things that I want to do with my children, and it's, you know, I've learned some of that from you. You really
but
just
you're gonna do it naturally, though, Renee. You're not gonna have to. I am not a template for you. You are. Hear the thing about it. It's when parents feel incomplete and unsuccessful, they tend to try to live vicariously through their kids.
Yeah.
I have nothing that I want to do that I never was able to do. Everything when I feel like I want to do, I do it before I think it all the way through, quick before I change my mind, I just do it. So I am a complete individual. I don't need anything from my daughter. So this is not like me.
Hey, Tanya, a big chat that's in a man.
It's
like
just,
you're not even. I wonder if you realize when you say a
I don't
while
want
ago.
nothing from her.
You say
You don't
you're
want her
a
to come to me.
complete individual. You don't need nothing from
No,
me.
man,
That
a good man. You do like
I
well. But look, all right, Renee not gonna have the problem. Me I tell you, say you not gonna have that problem. When they come and say, "I want to be X," the first time when my daughter go prep school, I tell her, I say, "Listen, man, you can be anything you want to be, you know." And she's like, "Anything, anything." I say, "Yes. If you want to be one garbage collector, me I gonna be the one to help you. If you have one fleet of garbage truck, and you turn multi-millionaire to garbage." And she's like, "Garbage?" I'm like, "Yeah, garbage." She's like, "Mommy, you want your people to pick up rubbish for your living?" And I'm like, "If for that you want to do." Listen, me have to have the conversation about 3 weeks straight, you know, man, because she just thinks that me just no ambition for her. Because this is what the rest of the world tell her. It's a garbage man, but it is not. First of all, waste management are one of the most important functions of our society. And we have rezoned everything to make people not use people like me when I'm serving a real purpose. Understand this. Me not have no kind of inferiority complex or going or nothing like that. Me not serve no real, me not serve ear nor food. Me not serve nothing essential really, you know. It's entertainment, and yes, you need it, but you can get it from any source. You can entertain yourself by juggling
you ever
marbles.
see somebody in the garbage collection business at career day?
Never, never. And the picking them over parents work on the garbage truck. Not proud of them at all. They hide that. They don't want them friend know so them father drive a garbage truck. Why? We need your father to survive. When your father don't come, we complain and block the road and all kind of stuff because our life can't continue. Your daddy is needed.
Tanya, COVID, this whole COVID experience has us calling a category of workers essential. The same category of workers that we pay the least, that we disrespect the most, that we don't have any compassion for the most. They were the ones who became essential. So you are preached to acquire right here, so.
Yeah, but we need them people where I watch for go carry this back in their life. Because them mess up them pick me. See me almost cause me forgot to say no my life me for them.
No man, they think they have a feel good looks.
No, me don't want hear the thing, no man.
I just want to pause here and endorse what Britt just said, that she doesn't agree that music saves lives, and that's what your music does. I just need to acknowledge that statement because I
concur.
I endorse it.
Look here, by the hook or the crook, me need to go to another live show before this thing I don't know, because I don't know what the timetable them have or when this are keeping me. But
so listen,
there needs to be another live show soon.
Shelly, no worry about it, because when them stop keep live show, me just have go out for my deck and keep live show. I'm friend and go. Sorry guys, me so sorry. Me go Shelly, me talk to you in WhatsApp.
Yeah,
because
man,
tell you. Ren, remember River Jam. No, listen. Me understand say entertainment does provide an outlet for stress and stuff like that. Me understand. But entertainment is a very broad field. It does not need Tanya Stephens specifically to come into your life and help you to vent. You can put on some Bach, Beethoven with no voices and you can be relaxed. You can also just sit on your veranda and listen to some wind chimes and get the same effect without any person at all involved. So me understand it's not a lack of recognition of self, you know. It's actually a recognition of self. Me understand what purpose me fall in. So me have more appreciation.
Understand the point you make wholeheartedly. Fully understand the point you make. Because that's what I say. Look who they end up calling essential in this time.
Yes.
People garbage collector, waiter
Yeah,
and
we
waitress,
need them.
people where work at supermarket, the supermarket man where them think hard to give the man like $100 when the man pack when they pack the bag. So that, all of those people were essential
We need
workers.
them. And we need to start being more grateful.
And the ones who probably made the least money on the payroll.
Honestly. This is why when our children's all right, when we children hear when my daughter hear me say, if you want to be a garbage collector, she panics, she spaz because she thinks I must really lick my chip because me want. But the thing is, my daughter need to be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
She need to be happy. That's how this is my biggest ambition for my child is she be happy.
But that's what me just want mine to be happy, and I want them to be kind. I want them to be kind.
Kind. But when they happy, they automatically kind, Renee. No, let me tell you, we talk about education and kids and trauma. My daughter go high school, she decides that she want to work in the field of cosmetology from she go prep school. She go high school, them have career day when she in about grade 9 or something. And she said she want to work in the field of cosmetology. And a vice principal, one of the vice principals was there in the class at the time and told her that's not a career, that's just a job. You know, so me go up there. I go up there and me the one war, but me I tell you, see, because I know my daughter today, I want my daughter to have respect for your authority. I want my daughter to understand, so even though the woman is a flaming idiot, I don't want you to go up there go challenge her authority. I want you still coexist peacefully with your peers and your teachers. And I go up there and I make sure so I find she. And she say, hi. Because I know her from me, I got school, she did it from them time there and the whole time me left gone and brighter than when me come there and she still did the dance as so me go to her and she's like, hi, what's happening? Why are you here? And I say, well, I'm really come to talk to me daughter teacher them, you know, this because somebody did something really unbelievable. She's like, what happened? I say, can you imagine somebody pick the girl already? And a teacher actually tell her, say, when she said she want to do cosmetology, a teacher tell her, say, that is not a career. So I want to go sit down with all our teachers and ask them if they're not bathe. Like when they get soap from. If they don't wash their dirty hair. She just stand up, see her? I want to ask them if they ever hear about one man named Vidal Sassoon or one man named Dudley who have one entire college. I want to ask them some questions like these. I want to ask them if they don't know the cosmetology of the scope for entertain every other field because there are lawyers in cosmetology. We're specifically trained for that field. There are scientists, research scientists, people who develop products.
Excuse me. What you think Rihanna reach billionaire? I know music.
Exactly. It's not her music.
Can you imagine? And then this woman I go look for my good pitney when me I tell them can be anything. And tell him say lie me I tell. No, that'll challenge my parenting skills now. Me take offense to it. How dare you tell my picnic say cosmetology is not a first of all, me have to say to her, miss. Only if you talk to the teacher, them because some of them nonsense. No, remember you have a monthly salary, which is fixed. And you have to actually go back every few years, go argue and cuss with government to get little pittance put on it. A hairdresser is only limited by how long she can turn up on her foot.
Facts.
That's it.
Facts.
She's only limited by how much days a week she feel like go there. And if she has to come to you to charge you more, did she come to school every day, come get a fixed salary? Stop this elitism where we say lawyer, doctor, Indian chief.
But look here, but you know, but how many of us have friends who are in those professions are the most unhappy people you can ever imagine?
Look here. And then need to go sit on several couches. They need a section under them life.
No, hear the big talk from my account teacher. Students, I don't have to be here, you know. You know, if I was in the private sector, I could be getting 4 times the pay. Me take along.
Yes.
Galang, me tell you. Every day you come here, I can tell you how much better like your life could have been. If you don't want to teach me, not teach me. Galang and left spaces, man else. Worthless.
We're traumatized, depicting
We
them.
want teachers who love kids and want to nurture we and love we and so we grow. This is what I want to put my picnic in their hand. So me big up my hey, me have one teacher who come at, which was a Guyanese import named Miss Ramraj. Love you. Big you up. Me have one teacher named Miss Clark, one little crazy Jamaican lady where we are here in a big pool for teach literature. Love you. Big you up. Dr. Guy wife, where is now a lawyer, used to be my math teacher. You know? Dr. Guy where in a politics where a PNP, MP, him wife, Mrs. Guy, used to teach me math in a high school. Big her up. Big her up. Listen, you see, when you touch Picnic life, touch them good.
Yeah, trust me.
Oh,
if you don't like Picnic and you don't want to touch them, not touch them at all. Don't touch them bad. Nobody touch. If you can't touch them good, not touch them at all. Come out of their life and go here. Go in the private sector and make 4 times the money.
Exactly.
I am comfortable with you making 4 times the money.
Yep.
But don't touch my child. And don't tell me, have a teacher will tell me, say, me not have the aptitude for accounts. Aptitude? Renee, I first me not exposed to the word, you know. Me go look it up. Because me's a girl who used to sit down from me, I got primary school, I read Sydney Sheldon with my notebook side of me. Every word when I book up, I know me write it down and write out the meaning inside it and incorporate it in my vocabulary. And then me go to high school and book up the word aptitude for the first time in my life when one teacher tell me, say, me not have it. And I say, what is something I'm not have, so I go drop my dictionary, look it up. And then I realize that she tell me, say, you have the capacity to understand and practice accounts. And me did I do good before she started teaching me. I'm like, me have the aptitude. You don't have the capacity to teach me. And then I tell me about you. Aptitude around me out of class and cut short my accounts career. Maybe me not be Tonya Stephens the singer. Maybe me not be Tonya Stephens the chartered accountant. Me don't know.
Well,
But you think the course of my life.
Well, I'm very happy that it was Tonya Stephens the singer still.
Me happy how me turn out, but me vex with her because she couldn't do that. She didn't have the right. Me have a classmate where she tell, say, him have the aptitude for accounts and him go evening class after him left high school. Pass accounts with flying colors. First place in work was done a couples hotel as accountant. And kept moving on and go RJ group of companies and all about big accountant. My classmate when I have the aptitude for accounts. So no stop it.
So obviously she don't have the aptitude to what it's not the aptitude to do.
Yeah, somebody on the live saying that not all teachers work for just payment, and I believe to say, well, absolutely. I mean, that's exactly what we're saying, that there are people there who are there for the right reasons, and people who know themselves. Like when I was principal, I had a teacher come to me to tell me she was teaching grade 2, and she came to me and she's like, I cannot stand to hear little children. We can't manage it. Like she was just, and she said she don't like them. She don't want. And she was, and I took her out immediately because I was grateful. Like that girl, I love her.
I love her.
She did want to teach, but she just didn't want to teach the baby. She didn't want to teach those little children because she can't take it. So she know herself. And she was honest and she came and she expressed it to you. Me love her with a passion, girl. Me love you wherever you're at. Love her.
Me can't do it like that. Listen, me love power the picking them. But me had a fun auntie. We carry them go at the water park down on the grill and go to Portland, go get a cottage over a Frenchman's Cove and do foolishness. But I can't teach them. And I couldn't have them every day. Remember me have them on weekend because me bring them back to them parents Sunday night.
Man, that's the best part. Bringing them home.
Yeah. So me take my hat off, in this case my wig, to all the teachers who do this on a daily and love it. I love them. Yeah. And if you know you can't do it like me, I was encouraged to go into teaching when I was younger. And I said, no, I can't do it. Me don't have the capacity to do that. To stand up in the same place and repeat the same lesson day after day, year after year, I cannot do it. And it takes somebody who is actually, yeah.
I've become a teacher.
Yes, you have.
But you can be.
And if you ask me if I had the capacity to teach, I would have told you no. But I've become a teacher, and I think my approach to teaching, why I love it, is because I think it's because of the subject matter that I'm teaching. I think it's because I am very passionate about what it is that I'm doing, and it's not just like I'm going through the motions, like I have to go through this thing that I don't really believe what I'm saying. And I think that's part of the problem that some of the teachers have, is that they're not they don't believe in what they're teaching, and so it's they're trying to make themselves convince some kids about something that they're not invested in, and that's much harder to do.
I get that. Because yeah,
So
you're right. When I'm doing something that I'm really excited about, I don't think
Yeah.
about
It's
I
not a,
don't
it's
think
not
about the
it's
fact
not
that
a
I'm doing
work.
it. You're
It's
right.
not a
yeah,
Because
work.
then it's not work. You're right. And when I watch, like me go with Renee, me drive along, what you call it, ride along with Renee on her work, me realize that me actually enjoy it because me love her methods, and the way she connects with kids, and she make, I'm in awe of Renee, by the way, because I watch her, I watch you interact with the teachers, the staff, and me sit down and think to myself all the different ways how me that explode on them. And you don't. And she manages to navigate between student and teacher and
yeah.
principal too. And both her and you and Emden, Chris Emden, are people where I am such a big fan of you guys. You have no idea. And you need to join Shelly-Ann, by the way. Shelly-Ann,
Yeah,
you are ready? Need for
definitely.
No
Definitely.
man,
We've been
we,
saying
because
it
then
all
I'll be
along.
the same way.
Shelly and I have been talking for, we haven't talked recently. But
yeah,
Well,
you're trying to
may I
collaborate.
insist because may I come and make sure say within the same vehicle, all right?
No man, for
Because
real, we've been trying to
the
collaborate for
level of
years,
person
but
I took, what uno have, like, me feel confident and comfortable with uno in our world, knowing say my kids, I don't have no more kids. My egg them like fossilized now. But if I would have another child, I would feel more confident, more comfortable, knowing that they're in you guys' hands.
but
And so, you go.
Tanya, I mean, in the next little while, in the next couple of months, as we find the children who are not in school, and we know that they are encountering all kind of things. I think that there's going to be a need for a space for them as well, especially those who are suffering from abuse and all of that. So I think that
God.
what the work that you're doing with Patrice and everybody needs to take that into account, like the space for
yeah,
for the counselors who are dealing with the younger population and who are experts at that. I think you have to make some room for that, because I know that once they get back, they will start to report all
Oh
of
God.
the
And when them
the
find a
reason we're
safe
not
space,
here.
when them find a safe space, oh God, them talk, them not well on a fridge. So but Patrice is able and ready, and me did not try protect her from me too, just like how me try protect you from me. And she's like, girl, you need to go protect yourself from me. And me out here, and me able, and me a warrior, and me not afraid. Me come for do the work here. I come for work. So we have we army. And as you said it best, we are in a war for our children. And the army there are ready.
yeah.
And a recruit. By the way, people on the live, the army are recruit. Understand? That we not come for war nobody, we not shot nobody. We are fight for picnic them.
Yeah.
Some of we've gone through it already, and we can help us to get back on a path to healing and to having a fulfilled life. But we can protect we picnic them from having to go through all our we did go through. We shouldn't want that
No,
to
I'm
repeat.
breaking
And,
the curse.
and
The cycle.
I'm convinced that this crisis can be fought by the people who are interfacing, the usual people who are interfacing with young people. So you see, like how Shelly said, she has become a teacher. I feel like the onus has to be on many people on this live, people outside of this live, to become a part of the process, a part of the teaching. People who have had experiences, whether they've been abused, they're victims of abuse, they have expertise in something. I don't feel like we're going to be able to solve this if we don't all like get involved. And
Work.
it's hard. It's hard to get involved or to figure out where to do it. But I mean, just reach out to people. The three of us are on here in different spheres, but we have the same cause. We have the
Yes.
same
Yeah.
school.
No, and that is so important. Because you don't need to know what to do. You just need to be interested. Because that is the part that a lot of people have an issue with. Is like they know that they want to do something, but they don't know that they're thinking about it. I don't know about helping children or whatever. But all we need right now is the interest, and then we can put that interest and direct it in a way where we can get things going. But I'm right there with you. I'm at action. I don't have any. I don't have a patience to sit down and mope and gripe about what's going on. My thing is always all right. So what we are gonna do?
What we are gonna do?
So that's where I'm at right now. I'm not at the point where all right. So we're going to try to solve education in the next 2 years, and we're going to put up this nice big strategic plan, and we're going to have a lot of graphs and put up and do an infographic. And we're going to sound very learned. I want to know what we can do tomorrow to actually get some things going.
Well, I could tell people in the live what them can do. First and foremost, guys, changing the conversation. That's the first thing. So even if you can't come in and be physically involved, or you have nothing to do, change your conversation around your kids, change your attitude toward them. And then also you see Shelly-Ann pin her flow. Follow her flow, and you will see opportunities to get involved from time to time in your way, whatever your way is. And also, to the bottom right of the screen, Dr. Renee Rattray. What
or they can follow me at Teach Good Lead Good, because
Teach Good Lead Good, right? That match I remember. I know me need to get teaching and more leading. Teach Good Lead Good. Please follow, because they always have really good initiatives going on, which is to the benefit of all of us. Me, Uno, the pick of them. Listen, me don't want to see yourself as divorced from them process here. Because this is not about the individual picking over this whole life. This is about the environment where we are created for all we live in. And right now we're viable. You can look on the trail and say we're a young hot girl. Yeah, we are good as. And we're not asking, not tell we're telling you. Hey. But the fact is, in a little while, we're going to be retired old ladies walking with a stick and we're sitting in rocking chair.
No, girl,
we're going to rocking chair. We're about 6 rocking chair with Halloween. And we're going, but at that point, we will be depending on the children that we create now to make we have a good, safe life in our old age. So we have to do this together. Guys, this never happen by chance. This is not something we're going to happen. This is something we have to do. So we are calling you. We are calling upon you to come and be involved. Get involved. Stop looking and saying, what someone not going to do? No, there's no uno, there's just we. And nobody is coming to save us. Nobody is coming.
First, and no superhero coming to save none of it. We have to save it ourselves.
in the word of
not real.
In the words and voice of Edna Mode, no cape. No cape. We have to get up and go. They go take up the shovel and the fork and all the pickaxe and all of these things and do the work we self. We have to do the work we self. So guys, you're over 100 of you on here now, and you influence way more than that amount of people. Because like the thing say, it have to be somebody in a public life. It have to be somebody visible, famous, rich. All of these things. No, it takes all of us. It takes all of us together working, roll up your sleeve and conjoin and stop, sit down and watch it. And conjoin because we can't do this alone. Shelly-Ann are working at the field where she work. Renee are working at the field where she work. Me are working at the field where me work. Enough more people out there work, but we're not enough. We're not enough. That's a reality. And we need you.
And these things will only become a priority when more voices come out, because even something as simple as period poverty, people keep on asking me, then why is it that condoms are available and pads are not? I said, because at some point, governments around the world, including ours, decided to do something to address HIV/AIDS and the spread of HIV/AIDS. That was a policy decision. And because they made some policy decisions, they made it possible for condoms to be made available for free, as it should. All it takes for pads to do the same, and other countries around the world has shown us that it is possible. California is a state in Trumpland right now, and they are providing free menstrual products for the children going to school in California. Now they just enacted It is under
Ireland was the leader, the world leader in that, right? And was it Ireland or Scotland? Ireland.
Scotland was.
Scotland.
I know how Scotland started. Scotland started this conversation because one of the female parliamentarians was coming to work one day and her period started at the parking lot. And by the time she got to her office, she messed up herself. And when she got into the office and cleaned up herself and all that, she go in a parliament and she said, but what do homeless women do? And the first thing they did was make pads free for homeless women. And then it expanded to schools. Then it expanded to all government buildings. And then it expanded to across the country. Scotland was the first country to put £10 million towards ending period poverty. And that was like 5-6 years ago.
Wow.
Big up yourself, Scotland. We love when the Lord may have goosebumps.
And Italy took it a step further, Tanya. Italy enacted 2 days every month for period leave. So you can't work and you have to take 2 days off by law for period leave.
But can I say something? I just want to say something right now. Say, you notice, say, the man them in our life willing to give we leave from our life when we have period, but they don't want to give we leave from work and them something. At the same man, them when they don't want to touch you on the scan, like you when you have period. Why you still go to work and perform at full capacity?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, they only see we as extensions of them. Them only see we worth relative to then use for we.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need to change that. The converse, hey, you know, hear me 120 people, change that.
Yeah.
Change that. And then me look at 180, two of them God. When me say change that, they run.
No,
Still
man,
change
but
it,
my
you
thing is,
know,
it is definitely possible. It is definitely doable. And I'm sitting down and I'm working on the maths, and it really don't take much. If we were to, and I want to be in a position in 2022, and I put this out there. In 2022, I want to make free menstrual products available to every single girl who is pubescent on the PATH program, to have free access to menstrual products right as long as she needs it. And the only thing I need to make that happen, Renee, is the numbers from PATH, and I can't get in touch with them. Help me now, please.
Oh, Shelly,
Renee, me just want to know how much
done.
pad me need, Renee.
It's done. It's
Me
done.
just want to make me call, me email, me ask people, me beg, me cajole, me cuss, me war, me send letter, me do.
No, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Shelly-Ann, see them and say, please save the life. People need to hear what you are saying.
You know that yes, of course, you know that those numbers are understated, but
No, but I still need to have an idea, because
That's
right
it.
now I'm working with a guesstimate, and if based on the guesstimate that I'm working with, we can more than provide them with the products. Because the first thing, I have a plan right now, and I'm going directly to the manufacturers of the products, and I'm going to get them to put their money where their mouth is and say, okay, I need this amount of products to end period poverty in Jamaica. You get to put your name on it, and I know they will go for it. I just need the number. I can't go to them without the number.
And this works for them. This is not a hard sell, because these girls grow up to get jobs and buy these products. So you're creating a market share for you. You're literally creating a customer base.
Exactly. That's literally what it is.
For life.
For life.
It's not a hard.
For a long time.
But if I can't give them the number, may I try get this from March, Renee?
Shelly, that's ridiculous.
Oh God. Them something head at me, you know, because why Jamaica so why we have such a slow flow of information? You can't get nothing out of nobody. Like it's like you're asking them act like a robber try rob a vault.
Let's not talk about that.
And red tape. Oh my God. What we manufacture some who make money off of red tape down here?
Renee,
red tape is a big business down here, man.
We beg the product them to put the products them in the clinics. We beg them to put the products them in the clinics. I have the products. I'm just waiting on the clinics.
We can't stop it.
let me tell you, you look like how I feel like every other day.
Renee, how much time we laugh? We can't ball, so we have to just laugh. What we gonna do? Clinic, you are
Sometimes
lucky.
we ball too. Sometimes we ball too. But sometimes
Yeah, but we don't want to tell them that. Don't tell them that. Jaja, where do the work? Where do the work, people? But we need more people, and we need those of you who work in the related fields and you hear our frustrations when you go to work on Monday morning. Can you please be different people? Be different people. Stop stick out and say, I just saw the system said because it's a lie. It's you. You never do nothing. You never try to do nothing. You did it, drag your foot like the slut from out of Zootopia. Do something to change the system because systems are inanimate. They don't do anything. We make them.
Yeah.
We enact them and we can change them.
Absolutely.
Stop it, man.
And as you said, the conversations are so just changing the way we speak about our children, the things we say. I mean, it's that is a very tangible, simple thing. You know,
yes.
you advocate, you talk about rape culture all the time. So don't say things like, shit, that little girl there with a big man. No, that little girl is being raped by a man.
The little girl there with a big man, the big man a rape her.
Right, right.
Like so Mr. Anthony Gina said, the 14-year-old lover killer.
Listen, what is wrong with the Glean on these headlines? 14-year-old can't have lover? Who the hell lover? Jesus.
Changing the conversation.
About dispenser. We need to manufacture a pad dispenser machine and go on to the clinic. And I can't just go into the clinic and do what I want to do, sir. I need to get access.
Yeah.
I can't just walk into a clinic and install things.
And that's how it works. We have systems and we want the system to accommodate us to make the changes that we want to make. It's not like we're doing anything that's going to, it's not going to do any damage. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's going to help. It's going to help your system. All right, let me put it away. A politician, uno can come in and uno can cut the ribbon and uno can take the praise. Because we don't look none. Fly the gate. Fly the gate. Come with the big scissors, put on your suit, and get your cameraman there. Me know you is a PR junkie. Come out and cut the ribbon. Me don't know, wrap some ribbon on the period and you cut it. And you take the picture and you post it up and you say, I've been working today. Cut the ribbon. But make the girl and get the pad. Please. Make the girl and get the pad. Let's carry out the PR team. Come on, you know that and do. Just put your wrap some red ribbon around it.
Is there wrap around the period?
Yes, around the period. Wrap it in the ribbon red, the period red, it color scheme done lock already. And you cut you come with the big scissors and you cut it and your PR guy, your cameraman take the picture, your PR guy run with it and you post it and say, look, me just solve period. You can't be the period guy. Just allow Shelly-Ann to come in and do the work. Make sure do the work.
I you know, like somebody introduced me the other day and they go, oh, this lady eats and breathes and sleeps period poverty. I said, no, I don't. I do not.
Me not do this no more. Stop it. You eat and breathe.
I am period poverty. I don't want to own period poverty. I want to stop talking about period poverty. I would like period poverty to be something that I refer to in the past. I am not Miss Period Poverty. I don't eat and sleep period poverty.
Can you imagine eating period poverty?
Stop. I don't even know what it means.
Jesus
but
Christ.
The whole idea that
what is wrong with our people? I
don't know. This whole idea that because I am trying to solve this problem is that if I get
problem.
I don't know what they think I get some sort of satisfaction out of owning this. It's not about that for me. I would like us to treat pads the way we treat tissue. Remember when you used to have to go to a company, for example, and you ask to use the bathroom, and one lady have the tissue, and you have to go to her and she roll off a piece of tissue and give you, and then you take that go use the bathroom. Remember them days? Now tissue just in a bathroom. That's what I want to happen. We want pads just in a bathroom. More into a KFC, and you go in a bathroom and oops, the period come, and your food when you're done.
Yeah.
I'm not in love with period poverty. I think it is awful. I want it stopped.
Yeah.
If me didn't have the money, would I buy the something myself, buy the products myself, and say, you know what I want to do? I want to create. I want to find somebody to fund me creating a menstrual product that I can manufacture and give away for free.
That doesn't come with any of the side effects and stuff. But right now we have what we have, so we are working with it.
Option. I think that reusable panties, reusable pads, and menstrual cups are the sustainable solution to solve period poverty. It is not in disposable products, because disposable products. So you have to. I agree. I think the solution is reusable products. If I had the funding, I would make the reusable products. If I get reusable products and I give it to a school, and you give each girl a pack of 20 pads, that can last her for 2 years and even beyond, depending on how well you take care of them. And these pads are being made with sustainable material, bamboo and charcoal. The bacterial level is not as high as in the disposable products. They're not worry about the chemicals and the bleaching and all of the other things that they have to deal with the disposable products. Plus, they get to care for it the way they want to with their own soap and all of these kind of things. And it is not going to harm the environment. And it is not going to be a part of the conversation, because a lot of people are ignoring the fact that countries around the world are discussing permanently banning disposable plastic. What products are made with plastic? Single-use plastic. So even if the disposable pads itself don't have plastic in it, it is the wrapper is plastic.
Yeah.
So if countries are banning plastic, menstrual products are going to be affected, and menstrual products is in the top 5 products that are found in fisheries and landfills and all over the place in the environment where they are finding disposable plastic. They find tampons in a fish belly too.
Lord God. Poor fish. Look here, when you talk about this, when you talk about reusable products, can I just rush to say that I've been using a period cup, the menstrual cup, for about 4 years, over 4 years. And since then, I don't have no discomfort.
Yeah.
I don't remember when I'm menstruating, except when the cup full, it gets a little uncomfortable. And that is my alarm to go empty it. It's empty. Yeah, and I don't seem to be allergic to it. I don't know about other people who are allergic to the product. It's made from various. You can check out the cups to see what they're made from. I think
most of them are made from medical grade silicone, so there's usually very little allergy to that, because most of the times the medical grade silicone, they make it like that on purpose, because those are the things that they use to make tools that they use in operating theaters and stuff like that. So it's usually not having any allergic reaction to it. And the menstrual cup solves a lot of problems. In the chief of which is you never have to buy another menstrual product again.
Right.
I'm 4 years going, over 4 years now. I have not bought any. So I made that one project, and that's the end of it for me. I just keep it clean. I wash it, and I keep, when my cycle is done, I clean it with peroxide and stuff, and I put it back in its case, and that's it. But all I walk with now is just a little pack of antibacterial wipes.
Right.
In the case I have to go use a public place. And I usually, if I'm not on the road all day, I don't really have to use public place.
You don't have to trouble with that.
Yeah, the cup is better than so I just want to I can recommend that from personal use. Guys,
I can recommend it. I'm a very big fan of the cup.
I'm demonstrating it the other day. I saw you doing a demonstration on it the other day, Shelly.
Yeah, man. I'm a very big fan of the cup. I'm a big fan of the cup. And I think that period panties are a great solution as well. Period panties are just panties that you can just wear regular. And they won't leak through. You don't have to put on a pad or anything with it. If you don't want, if you're not as comfortable with your body to insert the cup, the panties, you can have a full-on period with the panty on. You can take it off and you can wash it out, fling it in your machine with the rest of your clothes and fling it on the line and keep it moving. You don't have to buy no extra products with it at all. So, and I
Yeah,
think it
for
is
sure.
great, especially for girls who are just starting their periods, to have their period panties, because they can wear them as regular panties. And for the day when they don't expect them period to start, to give them that extra protection. So they don't mess up
Nice.
them clothes.
Yeah, that's
Great.
great. That's
Yeah,
great.
great. I love that. And for the people who want to get involved, who don't know how, maybe you can start buying period panties
Mm-hmm.
and head over to if for
That's why
well
we
for those
accept
who
Or
donations
go
from
to a
outlets.
school near you.
who can get who can donate money to, so she can buy whatever the girls actually need, because they need more things than just period things,
Yeah,
and she
we have
does
to be
supply
providing
it.
panties. We can buy little girl panties as well. So when you're donating pads, don't just donate pads and tampon and stuff. Panties, because the teachers tell me that whenever they come to school and they mess up themselves, then don't have to stay up on that dirty panty the entire day. So they prefer to give them a panty to put on. So we have to give
Yeah.
them panties now in the office, give the teachers them new panties, and in addition to the pads.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
You hear that, people? When you can get involved. This
Yep.
is a way how you can impact the changes that we are demanding from our environment. Not just demand it, come be a part of it. Make we work together. Many hands make light work. Hear me out, so like me, I do the infomercial, but me not care. On
Nobody
talk a lot,
It's the
put on the money
outro.
on the mouth there. Because you keep saying, all right, what's the next move? The next move is you get involved. We can't do this alone.
And
Neither of us individually
Renee,
nor
I rub her
collectively.
neck and I stretch. She want garden. They chat too much.
No, Renee used to me chat Renee to a frazzle for a regular. Regular, like how Oliver flag off foreign. Yeah, she tired. Oh, shit.
Oh my
No, man. Me
gosh.
really appreciate and enjoy this a
Yeah,
lot, because,
enjoy it too.
like me tell you already, Shelly-Ann, when I was going to high school and period come around, I would have loved to have you. After me left high school and me a young adult, now I make no money at all. No know what me I do with my life and couldn't buy. I made it I use all nappy, you know.
Yeah,
A
man.
all nap, a all cloth
Um,
nappy, me that full
um,
up I use.
Shelly, somebody's still asking about how they can contribute money.
Oh, you can go to
Follow
her
her
flow
flow.
and click the link in the bio. There's a PayPal link there that they can donate to.
It's pinned, her flow.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's so nice. That's
Yeah.
really nice
Thank you
of
so
you. Yeah. Send the cash up info. Go up on Airflow.
much.
Guys,
Go
go
her
follow
flow.
Airflow anyway. Follow Airflow anyway. And there's always information there to have. And also follow Teach Good, Lead Good.
Yeah.
Because this revolution we're not doing what we predecessors did, which is come and do a one little campaign. Well, last 2 weeks and 1 month and 2 months, and on one aspect of a big old problem. Like, we're not coming to put a band-aid on an amputation now.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to cauterize this wound,
Yep.
and we're going to develop prosthetics to replace what is missing. And that we do. We're not coming a half-ass nothing. So get involved. We don't want the whole for long talking. We not come for the long talking, we want to do the chat.
I'm
We
tired.
want to do the action. We're tired. The chat never work. It never worked with our grandparents, now our parents, now our great grandparents. We come to do something different. We actually do the do. So wanna come involve with yourself, man. Involve with yourself and stop look for the gossip. Stop and look for the next thing where you can just share. Sharing on Instagram it's nice of you to help bring awareness. But the share alone now go do it. You don't need to get involved. Get
Yeah.
involved. This is our environment. And when me and Uno all I want hot girl no more, and we can't have on my shots like, oh no, me can show me nice clean skin on my shot. Me I go wrinkle up and stuff. And when me wrinkle up, me I go need them pit me for good. And if we don't make them good, then now go good and we now go good. So we have to we have to create the world we want for retire in a. But I feel like say, through you're good now, you go always good. You pick them out, put in a retirement home and then I go care because you not raise them right. Start raise them right. That's all we need to start fix now. Them are going to abandon some of uno. This is how
That
we
is
learn
a
over the last few years. Say people, you have some people who put them parents in a retirement home and just arrange the bank fee money go straight to them and they never come back. They don't look back. Parents in there dead from heartbreak. You think of all age a heartbreak. Can we start raise them right? If we raise them right now, then we're nicer to it.
That's
I mean, not just mean one where we give birth to all of them. Make them come out, come care about we no man because we did care about them first. Well, could this is how we create a goodwill we put in our universe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we build the world we want, we literally have physically take up with shovel and we pick up. So we bushman is say grab your lass and come.
Grab
Or
your
make
last
it spice. One of them is it so.
Yes.
big
Grab your
true.
lass and make it spice. Grab your lass and come and Louis culture. And that way I don't know where to do the work, where do they do.
Yeah, man.
So I could do it together. Many hands make light work. Me tired for preach, you know. I mean I like hear myself a cuss, you know. Jesus.
No, man, but look like that have to keep some time, man. And big up yourself, Tanya. I thank you so much, and I really appreciate your
Yeah.
support. Sometimes I feel like I'm over here just yelling into the void, cause it's like a lot of people just don't get it. But I've gotten a lot of support, and I've gotten great support, especially from the diaspora. A lot of what I've been able to do is people who send pad from foreign. People send them family with a suitcase full of pad. If you see me at Christmas time, I got airport go pick up pad from people women don't know. I remember I was at an event and a lady come up to me and hand me her phone, and her cousin they on the phone from Canada, and she said, "Yes, I sent a barrier with my cousin, and she going to give you the things out of the barrier for you." And so that is how I've been able to do this. People go, I always counting the pads that we donate by packs of pads, but I hear people counting it by single pads now, and it's so nuffer. And then I say, well, we donate 200,000 pads. So I say, all right, it's not count pads. I've donated almost 3 million pads. If we're going to talk real numbers. Because we said 300,000 pads. So then the pack of pads, so not enough. Because we said single pads. So I say, all right, over 3 million single pads we donate. And I want to do so much more. And if I could only get access to the funding right now, I'm scouring the web because I'm trying to find funding because the money is there. But certain people they have access, and then they want to keep all the funding to themselves quietly, so they don't publicize it and all of these kind of things. And a lot of these funds can do more than one people, but they don't know, they're not going to see everybody because the visibility is different. So that's why I try so hard to make sure that I show what I do with the things that I get online, so people can know say their thing come to the thing went to where I said it was going to be. I try to be as transparent as possible, but I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate everything, every support, and just you putting your voice behind it make a big difference. And Renee, like I said, we're going to talk because I want to make sure that some of them schools that they're going to, because some of the behavioral problems that they might experience in schools is because the girl them not no pad.
Absolutely.
That's literally.
We definitely have to connect around that. And this is this is a very targeted area, right? In the Zozos, 25 schools. Yeah. We can sort out 25 schools.
No, we can.
Directly,
we can.
Like,
right. Me have the product them, they clearly them and jog them foot right now. So me take a give school them and pity them, get the pad them.
Yeah.
Give them.
Me beg the products, so me have them.
Give them. And Shelly-Ann, there's somebody in my DMs who offered her services, and she I think she's from Guyana. Lady, if you're on right now, I'm going to scour through my DMs, but if you can just send me a new message, I don't have to scour too far. She said what she does primarily is she secures funding.
Oh yes, ma'am. She wants that.
So I'm going to search back there and put her in touch with you, because she's committed to what we're doing as far as sexual violence. So when we get to the point where we'll need her, then she's made herself available. And what you guys are doing, you will need her too, and she's making herself available. So I'm going to search for her and put her in touch with you guys.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
Nice. Make light. We can do this together. We love
we love all of you too. And Tanya, pick up all of your damn self. We need to release Renee so she can get the garbage. Renee, I try to run her living lab. Yes, I go to Forest, Manchester all the time. Miss, I go all over the island. The only place I don't go enough of is Westmoreland. But we have school in Manchester, schools in Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, all about. My car I've driven. It's so funny when people give me directions. I have to tell you in relation to the school. I say, oh, yeah, man. So across the school, I already pass the school and go down the road. I know where it based off the school.
That's my landmark too. Those are my landmarks.
I love them. I'm happy to know the tribe. I'm a tribe. I'm stuck with me. I'm happy. I love them. I couldn't pick up that tribe.
Not
This
going
was
nowhere.
great. This was great. Thank you for having
Yeah.
me on, Shelly.
I'm so happy you were able to join, Renz, and we definitely talk.
Yeah.
Tanya, drink
Yeah.
your rest of your drinks and come go to your bed. You talk too much. And I'm
Yeah, I
going
mean,
to
I
do the
maybe I lie. I tell about talk too much. I'm not talk enough yet.
Honey,
This is the
later,
next part. But
later.
probably I'll go later. May I go live back with foolishness.
All
Yeah, go
right,
live
ma'am.
back.
Later,
Tell you
Renee.
later. We
Anyway,
meet again.
I forgot my bed because I got country tomorrow. But Tanya, I'll call you because I'm going down the side. So we see.
My
We see. We
Me
link.
might
too.
catch up
Okay, me
over the
already a
Yeah,
weekend.
I'm
country, so we
gonna.
can stay a little longer.
I'm
Love
calling
you
you too.
all.
All right, later.
Later.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. Next week again.
Bye.